Hey there, Silver Tongue Devil here, and in this live stream, it's scavenging time, because that is the best way to make money, but it's a little bit more pernickety and finickety than just that. So we're going to be doing a lot of scav runs tonight. I have the advantage of having a maxed out hideout, so that means that my scav times are going to be much more faster to cool down than yours. We'll talk about hideouts in a little bit later on. What I figured we'll do first is we'll just get into a scavenger run. So if you haven't played the game before, you can play as a contractor and go in with your own kit that you don, or you can go in as a scavenger and basically play as AI, but player controlled AI. You get given a kit, you get given a bag, you enter the raid at a specific point within it, either 15 minutes through or 25 minutes through, and then you go off into the land, and you'll always spawn here and you'll always have to exfil here. So that gives us our routes, well, our routes straight away. So this we know, but I have some things to tell of that we didn't really know, or things that me and others have been checking up on. So let's get that deployed, and whilst we're waiting for the counter, I'm going to have a look at some important things that, again, I have covered before, but I think they're big enough to warrant covering again. So let's pretend for a moment that we're all at level 1. Hello, K2. So, level 1. Yeah, so it's 19 and 25 minutes runs. That's when you enter as a scavenger. But remember the 19 and 29 minute runs. But you enter the raid as a contractor in suburbs at 45 minutes. So what I'm talking about is that you basically, as a scavenger at the highest amount of time, enter the raid at the 15-16 minutes almost has already passed, and if you enter at the 19 minute, 25 minutes. So if you are at level 1 traders, that's fine. So, level 1 traders, there isn't a massive amount that we can do with level 1 traders, or that is worth our while. Level 2, with Regiment, with Igor, is where things can start. Level 3 is when you can really start making some serious money with Igor. But if we have a look at level 1, you'll see that there is only a handful, or not even a handful, a couple of trades. So what is a trade? You exchange items for a thing, and you can do it so many times a day. So this tells us how many times a day we can do it, or until the counter in the top here hits the refresh time. This is in minutes, obviously, or maybe not obviously. So we could exchange 3 beard oil for an AK twice a day, and that's what this exchange symbol needs. Now remember all of that, because that's super important. The other thing to note, when you get a part of your hideout up to the top level, the intel, when you get the first level of the intel center, not only will your mica display, but I think this comes up when that happens as well. I don't remember this being here to begin with. What this is the price that you can sell the item for. Damn it, I'm running out of time. What this is obviously the price that you buy it for. Long story short, 3 beard oil sells for about 9 grand, and that would sell for 11, so you wouldn't make an awful lot of money. No, yeah, I was saying you need a beard oil because you're not bearded lady enough for my likings, K2. That's the reason why. So let's see what spawn we get, because this is the most important part of going into a scavenger run. We want as much time to play with as possible. So note how we have 19 minutes. We have 19 minutes to do this raid. Now, that is the shitter scav run. And what the feature that has just been implemented So we can see 19 minutes left. So that means this raid started at 45 minutes and there is now 19 minutes left. That means two things. A, we haven't got a lot of time in the raid, so we can't visit as many places, and most importantly, those scavengers that have started before us and the contractors have had even more time to get all the stuff. What could we do? Shall we return to combat? Well, I mean, we could return to combat, couldn't we? Or we could die. Now look at where it says here, Operation End, Hasty End. What does that mean? What does that mean indeed? Well, I can tell you what it should mean. No cooldown. Straight back in the queue. So, hopefully, that's quite a big one to you. The way that you can get it to do that, the way that you can do that, or from what I've seen so far, is if you die by a scav's hands. So this is one of those times I'd still say just run off the map is quicker. Run off the map or jump off of a cliff. Both fall damage on yourself and damage and staying outside the combat area results in a hasty end. I don't know what the exact timing is yet, but I believe it's in that first 4 to 5 minutes. Now, the other thing that I found, and I need to test this, is I died to contractors quite quickly, and it didn't do that. And I think the reason being is because if you're in conflict with contractors, that's a big risk but big reward situation. And so I think that feels right. To be fair, none of this feels right. It feels like I'm exploiting the system because I want the raid that we come in at 29 minutes because contractors have had less time on the map. There'll only be, from what I can gather as well, one other scavenger, maybe two, that spawn in at the same time in that situation. And there won't be any scavengers ahead of us nicking all that good stuff. That's the reason why we're doing. So the one thing you have to avoid is do not despawn yourself. If you shoot yourself, you will not get you'll go to having a normal cooldown and it'll be the full 39 minutes. The one time that I've killed, because I only got to test it once, and I've had mixed results in it, and I don't know why yet. It might have been because I shot myself initially to aggro the NPCs. The one time that I shot NPCs and they killed me, I got a full reset. But I don't know what the game logic is on it yet. What I can tell you is across 5 maps, I have literally just fucking repeatedly run for the coast and either out of bounded myself or jumped off the cliff and have been rewarded with a hasty end and able to go straight back in. I would imagine they'll maybe put some sort of cooldown on that cooldown, but for now, well, we can now go into Scavenger on our terms. We can go into Scavenger the way that we want to. So what I was talking about earlier on the trading side of things, at level 1 there aren't a lot of options. You should be doing your missions to get your traders up to level 2. At level 2 we have options. F1 grenade sells for 5,760. We know that that's the sell price because the buys price is 18,000. Now do remember that all of these items that we're trading for can be used. Grenades are good stuff. Grenades are great stuff. The other one is a screwdriver. Now, screwdrivers you do need for base upgrades, but I find that screwdrivers are reasonably plentiful and they do fit into the bag quite nicely. You can stuff quite a lot of them in. We can trade one screwdriver for one of these RGDs, and we can do that 6 times a day. We can also do the same with the F1 hand grenade, but that requires remotes. Remotes are worth about 1,500. Screwdrivers worth 700. In both circumstances, we trade up to 5,760. So screwdrivers are actually more worth it than remotes. But if this is why you just collect and collect and collect all that shit, because not only will you need a lot of it for your base, but you can also use it to make yourself a lot of money. So that's just one example of a really good trade up at level 2, and we'll come back to level 2 later. Now, another good example of level 2, and this is more to do with the fact that you will need these later, or if you're going out in a big boy kit, you can have them now. 6 times a day we can get the biggest, baddest syringe you'll ever see. And we can do that with 3 spray cans. Spray cans sell for, I think it was 12,000. So that is good money, and you will need spray cans for upgrades. 3 spray cans would then, in that circumstance, be worth 12,000 apiece. And that is 36k. You'll see from the advanced syringe that at level 2 you cannot even fucking buy it. And at level 3, when you can buy it, it costs 52,000. So that trade is okay. It saves us a lot of money for a very useful piece of kit. We wouldn't want to sell this. We would want to trade up to it to use it. Other than that, that's all that Maggie will offer you. You're a crap trader, Maggie. You heard it here. So, Johnny, he's not going to offer us anything. But Ark, my man Ark, I know he's called Tommy, Ark will also offer us some particularly good goodies at level 2. Again, we'll get into that later. There might be a lot of rinse and repeating, so I can show you what I'm banging on about here. We shall see. It all depends on what spawn I get. Because I don't know about you, but when I'm going into a scav raid, if it comes up with 90 minutes, I'm like, oh man, that's no time at all and everything's going to be gone. Like, look at it now. Oh man, 19 minutes? 19 minutes? That's no time at all. No time at all. This does allow me to kind of test the theory a little bit more, because I only got to do this so many times in a row, and then I had to come off for a little while, so I don't know. I believe it's continual. I believe you can just keep on doing this. And so basically what you want to do from wherever it is that you spawn is basically about turn and make a run to the nearest edge of the map. Sure, the edge of the map is a lot closer than that. Come on now. And I think if you... Again, I haven't got any exact timings on. The longest I've left it is 4 minutes. I believe it would be 5. And yes, before you ask, there is no loot in any of these buildings. Using this time that I've had, I have checked. Report, choose reason, cheating or hacking. Hey, at least I can report myself. So... I'll go back to explaining whilst we get back in the queue, because I won't do this all night, but I have got things to talk about, and this was part of the plan. Me? Stuff to talk about? Who would have thought? So as I said, what I'm hoping to approach this is from new player perspective, and then, and if you're not a new player, we'll get to that. So, good old Tommy. The representative of Ark, don't get too pally-pally with them. We probably have to kill them at some point, hopefully. So at level 1, again, there isn't a massive amount on the trading side of things. New phones are worth 18,000. So that trade's actually at level 1 quite a bad trade. But the M4 is a capable rifle. I don't think we have any other trades at that level other than the AR-15. We will have a look at that one. Well, at least the raids are being pretty quick tonight, so that's definitely a thing, isn't it? And good raid. There we go. Can I have a lion statue spawn in front of me, please? Would that be too much to fucking ask? It was there last time. That was great. So, now we are in the 29-minute. So we've avoided having to do a 20-minute raid and then having to queue in your guys' situation where you don't have all the unlocks, having to queue for a further 40 minutes. We are now on what I would consider the good raid, because we have 29 minutes to play with. There will be... I've only ever seen, unless the third person's going somewhere else, I think I've only ever seen 3 people, myself included, as a maximum in mall. Now, that's not to say that other people aren't other places. Now, if we were to get killed on our run to the mall by contractors, I believe we get the early raid as well. But this is where my knowledge is going to be a little bit spotty, because I can't tell you for certain. So maybe we'll just go round. Maybe we'll just go round, because we're not here for fights. I mean, it would be nice to know. Hello, Ryan. Welcome to the stream. Thank you very much. Bon, have that pie ready, woman. You're most welcome, dude. It is something that I am hoping to do, and I hope I did this with other games as well, is to try and make what could be a very difficult game. Ow. Ow. To try and make what I think is and can be a very difficult game easier. Don't need that cable. Ah, back of my leg. That really fucking stung. Can you go and deal with that guy? Get that fucking builder hat off and go and deal with him. I can see him there as well. He's aiming from that house. So, again, no, I am not really looting anything, because there's not a massive amount to loot on the way. And when you get there, that's where all that good stuff is. Now, hopefully, we have circumvented the contractors side of things. What I am going to be testing, but not in this stream, is if, as a scavenger, it is now worth our while to push gunfire, push fights, and push contractors early. I have had it where I've done that, and I've respawned... I've gone back to lobby without a timer, and I've had it where I haven't. So that might be down to things like I've taken shots at them and damaged them, and so the game then is like, hey, hang on now, you've got a good chance here of fucking trading up on kit. So, first things first. Now, I have changed my routes. You should go to the top floor. I'll do how I think everybody should play this when you first start in. I go in via the bottom because I've been after computer processors. But let's go in at the top, because to be fair, I need some meds as well. So, regular. He's not wrong. Not wrong, Chris, not wrong. Thank you for those are the kind words that I expect from my lot. None of this, well done you. Right. Let's see if we can not get killed, everybody. Stormtrooper. Right. Big bag. Well, that's better than what we have. So, I would always say, if you are struggling for all the bits and bobs, you come here, because this is one of the quickest places that you can get a decent-sized bag. Ooh, we'll have that on instead. Now, the other thing to note as well is, whilst I'm doing all of this, I am, in essence, putting together a kit that I could use at some point in the future. Hello, Decrepit. We'll have that armor, because it isn't much better than what we have, but it does have space for more pouches, and that is always a good thing. We don't want our pouches, if we can, on our bag, because they can carry so much better stuff than a fucking pocket. You can put a whole helmet on there. You can put various armors and bits and bobs on there as well. And yeah, hey Decrepit, how we doing? So I wouldn't normally... There are lots of things here. Always pick up batteries. They're so tiny you can get them in everywhere. I suppose I will go for the full looting experience tonight, won't I? Try and get it all in. And this is part and parcel of it, is you don't want to be picking up too much to begin with, because you're hoping to get that bag upgrade. There's a nice little box there. That's too big. And we got loads of those. I don't need them. And they're not worth that much. Here's that aerosol. I said deodorant, didn't I? There's that aerosol that I was talking about. 3 of those, and that's the biggest syringe in the game. Toilet paper you will need, but it's a big old item and we can't trade it up for anything. I'm still, even though I'm trying to play this from like level 1, what would I do? There's still an element of water. We always need water. You will always need water, not just for this run, but for your actual contractor runs. I don't think I've been asked for anything as far as face cream is concerned. We come here for copies of the game. Power banks. These power banks are very, very good. I'm gonna do 1 decrepit. I'm gonna do 1, because I mean I think I can show you all the things that I need to show you in 1 IDU stream, and you know, so try and concentrate on Red Bulls. This will get your energy up the most out of all of the drink items, as well as get your hydration up to maximum. This is one of the things that I do to try and keep things up and running as best as possible, because if you have your bars maxed, i.e. your hunger and your health, you don't need to worry about them. Oh, boss is off. Where's he going? Look, he might be off to... was that boss? I don't think that was boss. Now, up here isn't quite as good a loot as other places. Oh, it is boss. Hey, boss. Hey, boss, how we doing? No, my character doesn't actually. Hey, boss. Any chance for a promotion? Could I have a go on your... Could I have a go? Could I have a go? It's not going to let me have a go. So, yeah, all damage winged. So... yeah, mine's verbal diarrhea, though. That's what my character needs the toilet paper for. Right, so that was a terrible joke. Notebooks are nice and flat, but they're not a great trade-up item, but believe you me, you will need plenty of notebooks. So once we're finished on this top floor, and I say finished in the loosest terms, because we haven't done a massive amount up there, there are a few food items on that table that people usually miss. They're great if that's been stripped clean. I normally head to this part. So this is the kind of run that I would be doing if I'm after bits. Like the little bitty shit that everybody needs. And we will have that as well. Right. And hello, Jamie. Welcome in. This you will need. Definitely. Oop. He does indeed. You also need it for one of your intelligence things as well. Spark plugs. Spark plugs are worth a ton. You will need them for quests. They are tiny and you can fit them in any fucking where, which is always a good stuff. It'd be alright. It'd be alright. I mean, because it wastes perfectly good meds on a disposable character. But hello, welcome to the stream, and yes, you are quite right. There is potentially, as well, an element that I've forgotten. If we had a bigger bag, we would want to take that with us. Can we get it in? Because that's worth about 45k. Is that boss running around, or is that friendly... well, hello? Little Oggy action, is it? So, another thing as well, this AR-15 is worth keeping hold of and taking out in the raid, because I didn't realise that there's a sight on that. I have used it before and seen it before. The sight isn't set up well on it, but you can still sell that sight. So, that then, like, adds value to this gun. Now that I've taken the sight off, we'd be better off trying to find something else, but if we can't find something else, well, never mind. So yeah, AR-15s, and most of the enemies that drop yeah, go on. Most of the enemies, because they're kind of things that I might need. Most of the enemies that die and drop an AR-15, I believe, have that red dot on. So that is worth having. We want to put that on there. Hit these two up, we'll do medical, and then we'll start thinking about making a move. What is that? Is that a laser? It is a laser. Lovely. We'll take those because they're worth decent money in comparison to the size. The other thing we will do as well is we're going to move one of these pockets quickly to there, so we can put a little pocket on there, and it just opens things up. There we go. The adaptive, for those gun nuts that are out there, the adaptive trigger does work on the AUG. I'll try and demonstrate it later. Basically, the way that the adaptive triggers work on AUGs, if you didn't know, is that a full squeeze will put the gun into full auto. A light squeeze will single fire the gun. It takes a little bit of practice to do. I don't think it's a specific feature just for the AUG. I would imagine there'll be other guns that have adaptive triggers. I'm not aware of any. So, anyway, right. For those of you complaining, I will heal my legs because I've got plenty of meds to do it. There we go. Leg healed. Now, the part of the reason why I didn't heal my leg is because it doesn't matter how damaged a body part is, as long as it's not black, it isn't affected. Yeah, they're a weird addition to the game, but hey, weird is good. Weird ends up being some of the best guns in the game. Do pick up. I always say check these top shelves. There's always loads of gear up there, and it's always missed by other players as well. I'm very glad of Boss's company. I really am. I've gone around the wrong way here. We want to be over here next. Yeah, that's why you jump up. You jump. Nuts and bolts. The thing with the recent addition of the extras in Farmland, there's a lot of boxes like this, and it's these boxes that you will find nuts and bolts and all that good building material on. So you don't really need to be picking it up in here unless you're absolutely desperate for it. These waste chips are very much needed. They are another great item for a trade up. Remotes, we know about remotes. RAM, we know about RAM, but I'll talk about that later. Another waste chip. This is all great stuff. Again, we are going to need these things for base upgrades, but once you've got an excess of them, they then become a great source of money. Or once you've done everything that you need waste chips for, they become a great source of money. So hopefully I'll be able to. I think I've got everything in my bag now to show it off. The other one that will make you rich? Lighters. Hello, Ken. How we doing? Lighters will make you rich, or at least grenade happy. Those ones are hard ones to pick up because they take a lot of space up. Do cram them in if you've got the space for them, though. But it's all the little bits. This room is great for all sorts. We've already got one of those. We're not going to be able to get another one. I haven't needed too many of the kind of lug nuts, and not even that many nails. So, and look at that. Who left this here? We'll take a silver goblet. I don't think that's going to fit. We'll fucking make it fit. So that's another high-value spawn location. Ticked off the boxes right there. That one, to be fair, is an easy one to grab and is usually gone. Yeah, who needs water when we can have riches? All right, let's try and pack this bag a little bit better. Try and start using some of that space. Note how I am thrusting my hand past what is in the way to be able to put it in the right place. And I think we've talked about when you need to consume quite a lot. Double up, unwrap both, cram them in your face hole. And yeah. Hey, Ken. Cool. Now, we might have... Yes, we do. Let's pop the grenade in here, because we've got We haven't got space for that, but I'd like to take one for on the road. We can put the grenade and replace that a little bit later on. Bars of chocolate. I think they are one of the best foodstuffs in this game. And it's because of, not just because of the amount that you get from them. Not far off. Cram it in. Cram it up veiny side down. There. So, quick check in here, see if there's a bigger bag, but I don't think, at this point, a bigger bag we will carry with us. We don't want to repack into a bigger bag. We've got too much fucking shit in this bag. So, note the places that I am checking as well. Veiny side. Can I get that on there? I can. Always worth putting pockets on the side, but if you've got helmets to grab, that'll be the reason why you won't be allowed to, because the pockets are taking up the bits the helmets go on. That's not worth taking. That's not worth taking. Hey, that's better armor. That's much better armor. And so doing your scav runs isn't just about how much money you can get out with, but how much usable kit you can get out with. Come on. There we go. I hate these pouches. I don't know their purpose yet. I don't think it's been properly implemented yet either. Ooh, we could go it and then pop that on there like that. Lovely. So, we've upgraded our armor. We almost forgot our AUG. We're probably going to be selling this because fuck AUGs. I mean, like, not literally. Let's go and see what we got in here. There's definitely a... Hey, dude. Hey, yeah, no worries, dude. Anything you're after in particulars? Ram. We know. And I'll show you when we get back. Hard drives are great as well. Hard drives are worth 10k. Hard drives are worth 10k. TV scanners, everybody always needs these. Only pick these up if you've got a fucking huge bag. Now that he's arrived, we're probably all about done. Yep. Can't fit that. Let's go. No. No. So, I do find that most people on the EU servers are friendly. We're done here. Most people on the EU servers are friendly. Always have your mic on so that you can announce your presence and tell them how you are a friendly scav. There will be pricks. That's just something. And there'll be people that also don't know how to play the game. And then there'll be people that do know how to play the game and they're gaming you. So you've just got to be aware of that. The easiest way to not let that happen is, regardless of how friendly they sound, when you're fucking done and they get there, fucking leave. Simple as that. He can't shoot me if I'm not next to him. Although I fancy my chances with this. So, we've got a couple of places to hit up, but because our bag is incredibly full of crap, we can't fill it with a lot more. It's always worth taking syringes of all kinds, because you can always make use of them within your kit. Money saved, as I've said previously, is money earned. Well, hello. Let me cram that in the bottom there somewhere. Yes, we can. And I hope nobody's looking at this thinking like, oh my god, fucking look at the luck on it. It's like, this is Saturday, people, to me. Anyway. Ooh, another bag. That's good. Right, let's make a decision. Fuck that off, because I've got the site for it. We're now going to carry an additional bag. And then that kind of opens us up for being a little bit more on it with our loot. Food and water. There is enough in these scavenger maps for you to be able to hopefully feed yourself. Yeah, it's coming, it's coming. You should be able to find enough food and water in the map to not only... Why is that not going in? Oh, come on, it's not that well packed. Is it that well packed? Can't be. This is me. I'm never that well packed. You don't want to spend... What the fuck? Oh, man alive. That's going to cost us time. That's never going back in. Oh, no. Oh, wow. I knew I should have left it. Come on. This is where you waste a lot of time. And have we lost that figure now? No, we haven't. You know what? Fuck it. Stop cramming. Just jam it in there. That'll do us. And whilst we're here... Now, this is one that Op has mentioned, in that if you do consume all the food where you are, it's not a bad shout, because it could potentially slow down anybody in your wake as far as a scavenger is concerned. However, it does feel like a little bit of a dick move, and you're taking time to consume all of that stuff and then moving on, which, I don't know, I'd rather be out of there sooner rather than later and feel a little bit less of a dick. But hey, each to their own. Because obviously, if they should have food and watered when they got out of True Picks, the mall. They should have food and watered there. If they haven't, then they might be relying on that, and they might be low on hydration and food. What does being low on hydration and food do? It reduces your maximum carrying capacity, which then in turn makes you slower, because if you are halfway through your maximum carrying capacity, that's your first point of slowing down. I don't think they sell for much, but they're tiny, so we'll jam them in. No good stuff here. Seven minutes left. That's not a lot of time. We've spent probably too much time, or I think we've spent too much time in there. I'd imagine that some of these loot points may have already been taken by this point. Lovely little way to cut out quite a dangerous and big section of the map. There's a little bit of a rock there you can step up on, and it just cuts out all that rock and saves you having to be too exposed over there. Of these two locations, the house that I'm going to show you next is better for loot, but this one shouldn't be underestimated. You can get videotapes. That is another way to do things, actually, Op. But I don't know. I think it all takes time, and I think if you don't do it but speed up yourself, then I think the gains are as much. And we'll take a mobile. God, I thought that was a person then. Hello, another goblet. Thank you very much. This is what we want, though. I mean, goblets are all well and good. Don't always pop a pistol in your pocket. Always. You should have a free slot there if you don't put a pistol in it. Reason being, sells for money. Simple as that. Always check these overhead ones. Overhead storage compartment as well. Well, this is looking quite a nice run, isn't it just? Is that not? Oh, there we go. Just didn't load in. Just didn't load in. You can jump off of here safely as long as you vault. Always vault where you can as well. As you play the game, you'll learn where the vault spots are and where they're not. If you have to jump, obviously jump. If you can vault, it doesn't cost you any stamina. That's important, because the more of a stamina bar you have, the faster and longer you can run. Also, I tried changing the buttons so that I could bring up the status without having to press the button that is so... Actually, we don't need to eat that. That is so out of the way. Cassettes you'll always need. Toilet roll's just huge, but we'll grab that on the way back, because this is our last place to loot. Let's have a look at that time. 4 minutes, plenty of time. And this hasn't even been looted. What are people like? And this is the reason why you try and get to places first. No, because we've got time. I should have done that. We came in at a bit of a weird angle. Probably got a bit of time. Yeah, no, it's a good shout. I'll show it on the way out, actually. Oh, that's a good thing. It's because I'm in Yammer mode. I'm trying to throw out that info. Always worth a check in this computer. Been stripped or never had anything in. Soap, I haven't needed a lot of soap, but we're getting to the point now where our run is at an end, so we're just picking up everything that we can cram in the bag to make up the space. Food and hydration, so we're now starting to slow. What Op was talking about, by the way, ladies and gents, is this. If you jump and poke your head forward, you can look into that room and see if it's been done. Hello, dude. Welcome to the stream. Sorry, I'll have a look at the new names and faces in just a moment. And what do you know? I shouldn't say it too soon, should I? I shouldn't say no combat just yet. I think you can. Yes, you can. So, our last port of call, we've got when I'm on Metro, that's no Yammer time, Doc, I'll have you know. That's also when the death clock comes in a lot more poignantly than normal. So, this is the extract point. Always worth a quick check around here. Mags, we take mags. Mags are worth money, but most importantly, if they're mags of weapons that you use, you can pull the ammo out of them quite reliably. I'm glad that's here. That's where I think it can be either side, but as you've just seen there is a spawn point right next to the fucking exit, and I've found that people miss that one more often than any other. I come here every now and again, and there will be a game case there, or a goblet, or a chalice, or something along those lines. Ooh, I haven't even got this extract point. That's dangerous. Or have I, and it's just not on the map? Let's have a look. No. Well, that's okay. We've accommodated enough time. Everybody that I've spoken to in this mode always gets really fucking nervy as well. Now, I do get it. You will die in this mode if you are face down, ass up in the loot. I find it happens a lot when you've got, like, big bags and there's been, like, a contractor battle. You should be making the most out of your time. If you're coming back with anything, if you're leaving with anything less than sort of like 3 or 4 minutes left on the clock, I'd say you're doing it wrong. You're not using your time most effectively. It's not a plant, dude. Honest. There are no paid actors in my scav runs. So we'll have a look at all of this. So that was quite a successful run. We'll talk about some of the trades next that we'd be able to do with this run. You'll also see that we got quite a lot of experience there as well, because we had to do some healing. So it is worth healing yourself before you go if you are shy on XP. I'm not, so I don't need to. Right, let's put our haul on the table. This is definitely going to get used. That, maybe not. That there. Yeah. Stop making a racket. Fucking Og. What an attention seeker. Just so I can show you the adaptive trigger. If I give that a gentle squeeze, single shot. If I then hold it down, auto fire. Gentle squeeze, gentle squeeze, gentle squeeze, gentle squeeze. And that's not to be confused with controlling auto fire with a light touch to get a single round off. Adaptive triggers are something that are on OGs. So I think it's all OGs as well. There'll be people in the chat that'll be able to tell you that there's other weapons that have an adaptive trigger, but it just basically means you haven't got a fire select. And sorry, hello drone. And I think it was just drone that come in. Oh, hello Timothy. I know I said hello, but I didn't say any names. And hello Jammy. Cool, right. That's everyone sorted. So we have a nice haul. Now, my timer, this is the other reason why we want to be staying out there longer, is because the longer we stay out there, yeah, but that's, no, that's, so that is how an M16 works, but that requires a fire selector. All the fire selecting on an OG can be done with the trigger. It's just one less bullet press. How viable is it? Well, if you've got good fire discipline, it's quite useful. And if you like OGs, it's quite useful, but other than that, I don't know. So, as far as the scavenger mode is concerned, now my cooldown is going to be more reduced than yours. This is part of the reason why the longer we stay out in the field and the better we use our time, the less time we have to wait when we come back. But remember that mine is reduced quite vastly because I get, I believe, a 10% reduction from the Intel Center level 2 on top of a 20% reduction from the TV set level 2. So between the Intel Center being at level 2 and the TV set being at level 2, I get to do my scav runs 30% quicker than somebody who does not have those nice things. Right, let's get rid of that, because I don't want that getting in the way of what we've done tonight. That can go in there instead of balancing on there. So that is, just in case anyone was wondering, it's looking like, and I'm sorry to say, it's looking like perfectly balancing chocolate on a hanger is not a valid point for items to go on. Fuck's sake, contractors, sort it out. Most of my tasks, I have not been able to find the VR headset in DAM. I haven't looked. I have not been able to find the VR headset in Metro. I have looked. People may have run in and snatched it already. However, I do have an idea of how to do this, because if we were to take a VR headset, because the VR headset from Farmhouse will continually spawn then now that I have the mission. If we were to keep on taking the VR headsets from Way of Farm, we can then take them into Raid on DAM and Metro and extract with them, and I believe that will make them count as the VR headset for that level. I seem to think that there isn't one on Metro, but I couldn't be certain. Anyway, it looks like either the original Oculus One with a Frankenstein mod, or it's more likely a Rift, I think. It's got some weird dimensions, and before you ask, no, you can't wear it. It's the first fucking thing I tried. Oh, nice one, Deep Fried. Yeah, man, I'm happy with that. I'm still gonna try and get them from Wayeth Farm, and then try and go on Raid with one in my backpack and immediately extract and see if I can trick the system, because I've done that with other things before. But yeah, man. Do post these things, and also anybody who's watching, if you know something I don't, if you know something we don't, it's very plausible, it's very possible. I've only been playing this for a few weeks and I'm only one guy, so do put it in the comments, any of these things that we may not know. And most importantly, if you are after anything, do ask. My memory is shocking, but I can usually remember. Where I found it. And if I can't remember, I've got plenty of extras for everybody. We've got a healthy collection of VHS porn tapes on, so that's a good thing. So I was hoping for a pass-through. View as well, actually, if I'm honest. So, let's quickly go back. Nice one, dude. That may have helped me. Dam's on top of one of the tents at military. As I said, the damn one I haven't checked yet. Actually, dog's mouth near the control. In the dog's mouth? Wow, I'd never look. I never would have looked there. So one of the problems that I've got is because I'm a Quest standalone player. Apparently, Metro's a lot darker for us, and for PC VR, it's a lot brighter. Or that's what I've been told. So I don't know if that's going to change or not. I don't really care. So we've talked a little about the different levels. So again, at level 1, there is not a massive amount of trading opportunities that are actually any good. Now, the AR-15, 3 lighter fluids for 15,000. Yeah, I think it's just 100 grand that you might have to waste is the problem. Right. A bloody headset on a tent as well. Are you sure about that? I'm sure I've seen the higher level weapons spawn in some of those key rooms. Look at this. Turn in VR headsets, 2 of 3. That's because I've already turned in 2 of the ones from Wyeth Farm. I wanted to see if it would actually accept another one from Wyeth Farm when I got a second one. So, but I'll try that on the, but yeah, the down one should be quite easy. The Metro one's going to be difficult because that's going to be quite heavily contested if anyone is doing the task. So what we're here for, the lighter fluid sells for 4,200. And if we go back up to where the AR-15 is, which I know Indy loves it, I don't know why, but the AR-15, we can trade 3 lighter fluids up for that. So if we trade in our 3 lighter fluids, that'd be 4,000 times 3, 12,000, plus the 200, so that'd be 12,600. So we'd actually make 3,000... What did I say? 12,600. Just less than 3,000. About 2,700 from that trade. So it's not bad. It's not bad, but it's not a great trade. Now, let's look at the other ones at level 1. Again, it seems like the level 1 trades are good if you are planning on using the weapon. Like, that's 2 new phones for that, though. Is quite expensive, but again, you've got the other thing there in that you're getting rid of quite high price items for things that aren't that great. So level 2, so this is why you need to be on top of your traders. Level 2, I think, with the traders in comparison to other Exfil VR games is a lot easier and achievable than other games. Evo 3, this is money right here. RAM is tiny. We can, and we've got RAM in our bags. I've started stacking it up in here, but let's forget that that's there. This is where I store my tradable items. If I come up here, I put them in these submit bins. I do find that it causes a bit of stuttering, as you probably just saw there, but it does make things a bit more convenient. 1 stick of RAM is all of a sudden worth 19,246, because that's how much we would sell it for. How much is 1 stick of RAM, I hear you cry? Well, 5,400. So we almost 4x our money twice a day just by having 2 sticks of RAM. That's huge. The other one, lighters. Lighters sell for fuck all. About 500. You can get the M67 hand grenade, which sells for just shy of 6 grand. Lighters are tiny, and they're fucking everywhere, and nobody picks them up once they've done the task that needs lighters. Lighters are your friends. Lighters are financing something that I have downstairs. Lighters are financing my nice big bag of tricks. Yes. Yeah, in hand or in bag, they'll be invisible, and then that's where I've got some of the quest items that I shouldn't have from killing players that were unfortunately trying to do their quests when I gave them the good news. Now, I don't think there's too many other trades at level 2, and the reason why I'm kind of concentrating on level 2... Yeah, that's lighter fluid as well. Oh, so you can do VAR 4 times a day, providing you have plenty of lighter fluid. Again, though, another reason why I'm saying it's not a particularly good trade is because lighter fluid is a bit big and bulky. It's nice and square, so it packs in nice, but it is quite big and bulky by the time you got 3 or 4 of them in. So you maybe want to, avoid that trade. Is it even at level 2? It's not. And the other thing as well is it's this that can give you a leg up. Anybody who's anybody is using the EV03 on any of the close quarter maps. It's a very capable weapon, even with just the normal mags. Now, the only problem is you would be able to trade to that weapon, and you would not be able to buy the mags at level 2. You'd need to get to level 3. That is a bit of a pain in the ass. But again, still, we're trading 1 stick of RAM, 5,400, and we can sell the Evo for 19,000, and we can do that twice a day. Level 3 is where you get the sticks for it. We'll have a quick look at level 3, but I don't remember there being any trades. No. Right. Here's another huge one as well. When you are going out, you want to be going out with a decent backpack. Why spend? Because the elite ops and the elite ops in green, these are the same. They're just different camo patterns. These bags are what I consider the staple bags. They can have pockets on, they can hold helmets, they can have armor underneath, they can have what's it called attached to them, and they are quite deep and spacious. They cost, however, 40,000. Fuck spending money on bags. At level 2, we can trade phones. One phone for a backpack that would normally cost 39,000. Now, this isn't one of those trades that you do twice a day to make money out of. This is a trade that you do twice a day to make sure you have an excess of bags. I'm going to do my 2. I mean, we've got them, haven't we? Okay, we'll use what we have in the bag for now to do these trades, and hopefully I've been yammering on long enough for us to get in on another scavenger. No, another 10 minutes. Oh, could I possibly fill 10 minutes with knowledge? I think I could. So, power drill. So let's tally. I mean, we could just sell all of it. I don't need power drills. You might keep them. Don't need that. I do want to keep those. So, I don't know, it's going to be a bit of a difficult one. We're still going to get a decent amount of cash, but... where are those high-tickety items? Let's just pop those on the floor. I'm sure they won't break. Oop. Hard drives. I don't need hard drives anymore. You don't actually need that many, and they're quite common, but they also sell for, I think it's 11 grand. Yes, no, you're quite right. The silver, but the thing is, the XM, as good as the XM5 is, it's not one of those trades I would make because it's not decent. It's not a decent trade for money. However, if you have access to it and you like that gun, just like for instance, you know, people probably sell the diamond ring. I trade them in for PKPs because I like it a PKP. So. But, so as you can see, I'm actually, you know what, we will sell all the big items and we'll see how much decent cash we can get out of this. We've also got a lot of crap in here as well, like, I don't really need those. We'll keep those because they're useful. So what I'm doing here, because I have cleared my item kiosk, I can afford to throw things on the floor because even if they zorp through or go walkies, doesn't really matter. They'll appear in my item kiosk next. So, as you can see, notebooks are worth fuck all, but you will need a lot of notebooks as you play the game. Batteries, well worth picking up. Tiny, worth 6 grand. Silly money. Silly money. Beard oil. Can be a bit of a pain in the ass. Worth 3 grand. They're kind of worth it. Pain pills. Pain pills, again, are tiny. Batteries, if memory serves, don't sell for much, but they're tiny. You can cram this with batteries. You don't pick up meds in this game to sell them. You pick up meds in this game because you will always fucking need them. And you don't want to be buying these things. As I've said, it's just as important to know how to save money as it is to how to make it. Every penny saved is a penny earned, or every E spent saved is a E earned. So again, same with food. You're always going to need food. Don't sell it, because then you just don't have to buy it. Power packs, that goes to the side. New phone, that goes to the side. Remote, that goes to the side. Scrapers, you'll need lots of those. You'll need a hell of a lot of those. You can try, dude. You can try. Oh, mate. You haven't seen the half of it. There's a little value up there. Thing is, you won't have to rob my hideout because soon we'll be doing some giveaways where I'll be giving away all the important shit that you need. I'm not going to try. I'm going to stick to videotapes, basically. Videotapes. So spark plugs you can trade for something, but it wasn't worth it in the cash side of things. But it was quite a good weapon. I just can't remember what it was, but we'll sell. You should keep the spark plugs. You will need them for getting your generator up and running. The old Nokia phone sells for $6,000. They're quite a small and a nice hitbox item for storing in bags as well. And we need that there. Did that just sort through? I hope it didn't. Nope, it's there. So these are all of the items that we're putting to one side specifically for trade. Yeah, don't sell your notebooks. You will need lots of notebooks. I'm just going to leave that all there nice and tidy. And I'd also say don't sell your bags either, because you never know when you're going to need one of these bags for just a little naked run, or, you know, doing one of these runs where you are hyper focused on your objective instead of looting every single fucking thing under the sun. Because let's face it, when you're a contractor, I don't think until all your tasks are done you should actually be doing that much looting. Do your looting where it's safe and you can make the most, i.e. where we are now. Do I need a laser pointer? I don't think I do. I don't know how much they're actually worth. Oh, there you go. $4,000 for a tiny ass item. And then the other thing, the other reason why you don't sell the bag is half the time it doesn't even fucking show up. Half the time it doesn't even show up. Yeah, fuck it. Half the time it doesn't even show up. So when you have your last area, and you could probably do it here as well, but then you might knock everything over when you pull it out, and that's a different stream. When you have your last area, this is a great place to store bags. You can almost count my age like an old fallen oaken tree. You can almost count my age in playing the game by the layers of the small bag that we have here. I make myself to have been playing this game somewhere between 8 and 20 years, and they'll just stack on there ad infinitum, as long as you get the placement right. I have got so many bags up there and so many bags up there, and what's one thing that we always want to be taking out with us if we can help it? Fucking bags. Bags for days. Because if you can take a bag, you can put stuff in the bag. I shouldn't have to explain that, should I? No, I shouldn't. Right, so we haven't bought anything, we haven't sold anything. Grand total at the moment is 13,460. Let's sell all that. So that's 350k straight off the bat. We still have a load of dirty needles on the ground. We have some extra food items, and we haven't even locked in on our tradables yet. And that's just one bag. I mean, to be fair, that was the value bag. I'm also putting 200k's worth of discs up on the shelf because the race must continue. I don't know if anyone's noticed or not, but Showdown Standard Edition has almost overtaken Deluxe. Woo! Water. We always need water. Water is something that should be going in your bag if you are spending any time in country. We'll get rid of this little shit because I've got plenty of those. Any other value items in there? Again, I would carry on hoarding, but we're trying to prove a point here, I guess. Toilet roll. Do need toilet roll for quests. Or a lot of this stuff I was just literally throwing in here last minute. Mouse. A mouse you can trade, I think it's 2 mice for 115 pack of AP 9mm ammunition. Whilst you're at the lower level, it's not a bad shout. It saves you $4,000 a time. But again, you need these for quests. And, most importantly, you need them for procurement. If anybody hasn't seen, there is a procurement tab. And on the procurement tab, there are various percentages. And those percentages are the percentages that good old Johnny, I knew it was Johnny, good old Johnny will give us over the odds on the normal trade-in values. Some of these can be crap. are not worth trading in the good stuff. Some of them can be absolutely great, especially if they've got quite high price items on the 400%. Like that one was like 300%. This was great because the floppy disk was worth about 40k, so we got loads more out of it. This was a bit of a pain in the ass because didn't have many remotes and didn't have many waste chips. Again, going out and doing your scav runs, we'll sort that out. Nokia's we trade in. We'll trade him in as well. This we don't for reasons. Soap I'll keep. Again, I haven't needed a lot of soap, but that can go in our personal hygiene box. More food. More food. What does that sell for? That is the either front or back sight. Fuck all, but again, tiny. Might as well throw it in. Cassettes, you will need a lot. Hello, Indy. See, you could be party to all of this, Indy, if you get your ass in gear and stop having COVID, for fuck's sake. Right, so... Oh, we'll also get that in there like that. And we've got one of these. Now, I am making a collection of colour and in felt tip pens, but I think I've got enough. I need more blue pens. Don't need quite so many reds, and we need more orange colouring in pens as well. And if we can get more colouring in pens, then happy days. But to show you the value of these, again, well worth picking up the colouring in pens or syringes, whatever you want to call them, because they're worth like 50k. Not 50k. In fact, actually, no, some of them are worth more than others. That's the adrenaline shot one, which if any I was going to use would be that one. And we'll pop... yeah, we'll do. I'll be having some more to add to it in a minute. We've also got that... Right, got ya. That must be what it is. So, let's sell it. So, with the colour and in pens, just turn them lid side down. And so you basically have to turn it up like that and then put it in like that. And these, you just, if you put them in very close and then let go, they'll usually drop in. So, and those are just a pain in the ass. You have to fucking squeeze them under the top of the shelf. That's another bag. What do we do with the bag? Well, let's go and have a look and see how much it would sell for. Half of the time it doesn't even fucking show up, does it? No, don't like bags. Fine, fuck you. So what you will sometimes find as well, I think this is what happens, is if you put a bag on the sell point and it doesn't come up, I think there's some kind of bug with the game on that. And what we'll probably find is that these two bags will actually then respawn into our vendor when we come back from the next scavenging mission. And when you take them out of there and then put them back up, they should stay. I've had that a few times. And we've still got guns to sell as well. So let's pop that there. Thank you, Vaughn. I'm not going to bother keeping any of the weapons. Hello, Scat. How we doing? I will keep that because that is a very good helmet, I think. Pop that in there. Again, we keep our food. I like to keep all of these pouches. They are worth a fair bit. Probably don't need any of that. Mags, that's got FMJ in it. Good. And that hasn't. So, we sell this. I'm keeping this. I need lots of these little ones to make up my later selections. Everything else I've got plenty of, but I need the little ones. These can get fucked. I don't even know what the purpose of them is. I really don't. I'm sure there's something there. I also need some of these so I can put them in. So this is how I've organised things, because I use two of those, one of those, one of those, and one of those to make up my rig. And if I've got them all made up, even if I've used all of my dummy rigs, I can then grab a piece of armour, smash it all together quite quickly, and I've done it that way because it's all purpose. Kind of. So let's get those. What? No, these ones. Those don't take a 60. Oh, maybe they do. Yeah, still, I hate them. I hate the look of them. So, the thing is, for me, a 60-round mag shouldn't need a pouch. A 60-round mag, you should be top-filling. If you can't kill your target and win your engagement in those 60 rounds, you're either a solo against a 3-man or you ain't winning that engagement. Let's get rid of all of that as well. So we're now from whatever we were. That was probably 600k, and we've got a lot of stuff. I don't even need to repair it. Lovely. And we've got a lot of stuff, which we will sort out later. Now, I know what you're thinking. So what's the next step? Well, we scavenge again, obviously. I will grab one of those just quick. And we'll take our tradable items upstairs, which I can then talk about, because this read is going to take a little while. Oh, did you? Yeah, sorry, you probably thought about the double. You might be right, actually. It might be a 60 mag that goes in there. Well, in fact, I could probably test that, but I've got things that I need to talk about. Remind me, and I'll try and dump one. I'll do it fucking now. No. No, it doesn't, I don't think. So, as I said, I don't know what the purpose is. Yeah, you were talking about these ones, weren't you? Yeah, I'm talking about these, like, fucking shitty Desert Edition pouches. I don't know what the purpose is. I don't even think the devs know, because the description's in fucking Japanese or Chinese symbols. Yeah, no, that's similar to what I do. So, here we go. Trade up time, ladies and gents. And I've not used my allotment today so that I can show you this. Now, waste chips can be quite difficult to come by. You are going to need waste chips for base upgrades. So make sure you have an excess of these. And when I say excess, I mean like 10 to 12 before you start doing this. Unless you're going out and scavenging a lot and picking up a lot, in which case then you can kind of spend them willy-nilly. I haven't got many, but I don't need any more for base upgrades. Now, at level... is it 2? At level 2, the only way to acquire the Flame 12, or Saiga shotgun as I know it as, is with a single waste chip. How much does a waste chip sell for? 5,800. How much does a Saiga shotgun sell for? Almost 23,000. We can do this twice a day, people. That's 5,400's worth of chips converted into 46 grand or 45 grand. Remotes. Power banks, mobile phone, which we've already seen, and RAM, precious RAM. I don't need to download it anymore for my PC. I've got it all here virtually. So good. Now, as far as level these other trades that we want to be doing, now this trade isn't quite so great, remote, because a remote sells for 1,470. Whereas, if we trade it for one of these, it will sell for 5,760. Now, that's still like 4x, but because it's, well, not, is it? Yeah, about just under 4x. About a lot. About, you know, you shouldn't just sell a remote, because you can do this 6 times a day. And grenades are a great equalizer in that solo situation that you were talking about, as we know. Grenades are a great equalizer to kitted players or players like myself and others that play solo. But we will trade our remote in. And what else have we got here as well? And then the other one, screwdrivers. Same trade. Screwdrivers worth something like 700 or 800. Trade up to 5,760. That's like 6x. Why wouldn't you? 6 times a day. Get collecting those screwdrivers, people. It's a great trade, and you can do it many, many, many times per day. So if you always make sure you have a massive stock. Now, we don't need to worry. Igor, can you hold that for me? Thank you. Now, it's at level 3 where... or is it level 3? Or it might be level 4. Oh, we'll have to have a check. I think it's level 4 where the big money starts coming in. Thankfully, Igor is one of the ones to get up to level 4 quite quickly. No, I said the next stream that we do will be level 7. Dungeons of Eternity. 29 minutes on the clock. Happy day. This is the spawn that we want. So, Don't worry me like that. Don't worry me like that. Oh, one of the things I wanted to check as well. Ah, so it doesn't make an odds. Interesting. Hello, boys. Oh, is that boy? All right, yeah. Yeah, sorry to send you tripping there, boys. Never going to be the problem, is it? What's that guy doing? What's that guy doing? So, I'm also trying to see if I can die quite quickly here as well, to see if that hopefully has the same effect. If you're just coming into the stream now, as we've demonstrated, if you die very quickly, without shooting yourself, you... What's this guy doing? You've really spun me. Oh, now you stop. Look at him with his nose in. Hello, Lax. How we doing? So, we might as well have a quick run through police station on our way to where we actually want to be going, because we might find a little baggie, which we did. And that's all I'm there for, because it doesn't take very long and we can get pretty straight line in. So if we hadn't have got the good spawn, the one where we come in at 29 minutes, we have options. We can run off of the map, that will kill us, and then we'll go back to our hideout and it will not count as a scavenger raid. So our timer will be able to queue straight back in. You can also do the same by attacking a scav and letting them kill you. You can also do the same by dying to, I believe, dying to fall damage, because I've thrown myself off of the cliff over there and you hit the water and hit the bottom of the water before the countdown for being out of area finishes. And that seemed to work. So as you can probably appreciate, I can only go off of what I can see at the moment. I've done a reasonable amount of testing on it. Now, because we're coming in at a different angle, also do note, as long as you've got the stamina, a running jump will get you in. Don't have to fucking go around here. And this is a safer route in. That was a contractor. I heard the fucking... what's it called music play in my head as he run across there then. The Among Us. Contractor. I think. But again, this is what I do love about scavenger mode. You can loot all you want and you don't actually have to have a care in the world. I would like to get killed very quickly by a contractor, because I believe it doesn't reset your scavenging mode. But let's play this more the way that I would scavenge now. That's going on over there somewhere. That should be fine. So I would play it along these lines. Fans are kind of worth taking, but not very many of them. RAM, we know about. Hard drives, we know about. Data cables, you do need a lot of these until you don't need them. They're not worth picking up after you don't need them. But make sure, again, all of these items, make sure you've got plenty of them. Super glue. That's worth 10k, or nearest damn it. Always pick up super glue. Nice high price item without a lot of space taken up. This is what I'm here for now. So this is what my running style for scavenger on a 29 minute has kind of evolved into. We don't need to make that trade. We've already got that trade. Oh, yeah. Yeah, all you need to know as far as Maximilian's Gold is concerned is where I went up the escalators to get in here, just carry straight on and you'll find them. Easy spot, those ones. Easy spot. I do want to try and kill more players that are doing that mission. Or when I get that mission again next time, run it but not submit the gold bars so I can do it over and over and over again and just have a massive horde of worthless gold bars. It'll be great for the memes slash thumbnails, won't it? You can hear me now, can't you? I went to Maximilian's hideout and look at the gold bars I found. Yeah, I know, they're fucking worthless. It might as well be fool's gold for all intensive purposes. But the thing is, at a distance, it looks like regular gold bars that we would know are worth 350k. Oh, I did come in here. There's a lot of shit going on up there. It sounds all very exciting. So I come to those rooms. I know there is a man, a figurine to be snatched from the what's it called place, from the burger joint, but that's usually one of the places that I don't visit because I don't need food, and I usually find that that's one of the ones that is gone. Hello. Oh, hello. I wish they'd sort this out as well so you don't have to take your fucking armor off every time you want to put a pocket on. Seems a bit weird. Oh god, what is it even? Another og. Ugh. So, I think I've spoken about this. This is where high value, like shooting range associated items spawn. Always. So it's either like gun oil, the gunpowder that you need for the shooting range. Gun oil always spawns there as well. And if something big spawns and you haven't got the room for it, hide it under here. Don't carry it. If you find things that are good and you don't know where, always get close to this and check it, because sometimes there can be a sheriff's badge on there and it's laid down flat and you can't fucking see it from over there. Hang on, I'll get to that in a second. Let me just finish the thought. Ooh, smoke grenades. We like smoke grenades. Save us having to buy them. And we'll have a quick check in the ammunition side of things as well. So you'll see what I'm doing here. Although I've got a better bag on my back, I'm trying to cram the little one with as many things as possible, just in case we get any big items, any of the larger things. It also means that if we're going to trade up, we'll be able to trade up a bag that is empty, and we'll be able to make that trade up quite quickly. Now, there are things that I'm missing. I'm hoping to go back soon, but I'm hoping for big ticket item. No. Let's have a quick look in the mountain side of things. But yeah, so don't walk around with those high value items. So we could, and we should, trade up here. Didn't want to have to do this. So this kind of counters what I was saying earlier, is we cram the little bag. But then the thing is, you've kind of got to loot on the basis of you are not going to find another bag. Ooh, don't throw away the ram, fuck Nell. Don't throw away the... Oh, hang on. Did we have anything? Always make sure you sweep the back just in case you put anything in there. Right. Pilot... Nope, that pilot helmet is not as good as what we have. Ours is level 3 protection. Yes, that has a crummy visor on. Which actually... Oh, I just did it, man. I just did it. Fuck's sake. Literally just did it. Should have checked first, shouldn't I? This is all my own fault. It's all slowing me down. It's all nonsense. All absolute nonsense. But we're going to try and keep all the big space. Put that in the corner, so if someone does find it, they have to search for it. Might slow them down a little bit. No body armor in there. Right, whilst I'm running there, what was that question? Oh, shit. Where does the gold figure... Yeah, so I obviously, as you can probably appreciate, loot a lot. Ooh, that's worth a while. As you can probably appreciate, although it hasn't quite got the pouch space, but it is at least usable armor. And to be fair, most of these are holding fucking mags anyway. But those mags do sell, so it's worth our time. Oh, man. Yeah, I guess. Put that back on there. So, yeah, since I have finished that quest, I don't see golden figurines anymore. I must have opened 400 boxes since, and I don't see them anymore. And I don't think it's a case of they're that rare. I think they only appear when that mission is on. Nice. He only got one. I don't think there's anything really that we need in here. This you can trade. That is a great trade-up item. Yes, I know. Don't throw your bag away, you fucking idiot. Yes, I know that you need a lot of those for specific things as far as your base is concerned. And believe me, you will need a lot. We do need to have a bit of feed and drink here as well. Again, we do it all at the same time to make sure we max out those bars. Good stuff. Kalukale, let's go. Probably worth a check in these, isn't it? You'll need a lot of rust cleaner. Again, oh no, we're looting for me, aren't we? We're not looting for you lot. We're looting for the stuff that I need, not the value. No, so I think... Can you? Oh, really? Jesus. Okay, no, fair enough. The only reason why I put the cause and effect on that is because I've opened a lot of boxes and not seen one. Yet up until that point, I'd opened not so many boxes and seen two. So I don't know, maybe I got my RNG on gold figurines at the start? Don't know. I've opened an obscene amount of figurines. Batteries. They just take up a lot of space. You do need those for quests, though, but I'm going to leave that because I think we can pack with better stuff than that. Same with the lighter fluid as well. So this is me running this for me now, not running it for you. So this is more of a money-optimized run. And it's all about spending as little amount of time as possible. I've started picking up pain pills because they're tiny and they do sell for a couple of grand. Can we jury rig this? I think we can. My first one was... That's a great question. I think it was both the same. I think I opened both of mine on the windowsill at Villa, if memory serves. I'm just looking for a little bit of feed to get us out of here. I will take that apple. I mean, I've been doing the same, dude. Probably, possibly more. Always check this room. There is a lot of goodies in there that you need for your base. This one is the sort of like storage room off of the kind of restaurant sandbaggy area on the second floor. Always look in there. Great for building materials and all that building-y shit that you need. But we're out because we've got 15 minutes left and we want to maximize our time looking at all of those high loot location areas. And we've got an okay haul at the moment. Funny thing is, me looking for me is probably going to result in less money, so... But I'm getting all the things that I need and all that. I'm just looking for the high ticket stuff. Interesting. So maybe there's a higher chance of the Villa one. Thing is, though, whenever I go to Villa, it's always fucking gone. That's dangerous. Now, that might have been a scav player trading up their weapon off of a scav kill. Could be anything, really. Waste ship. I mean, if I was trying to set a trap, I would leave the diamond here. Is that a... Yeah, that's GS. Better than Tommy gun. Oh, you shit. Oh, you shit. Yeah. Oh, well, never mind. Bosh, bosh, bosh. I mentioned screwdrivers previously. Oh, hey, dude. God, I thought you were on the roof then. Anything you're after in particulars? I've got bits.
Just valves.
Oh,
really.
that's like the one thing. Cheers, dude.
Have a wonderful night.
Look, see, this is how scavenger interactions should be. I've got all the things that I need, so I always make a point of asking, because who's going to gun down the person that's going to give you what you're looking for? Only a dickhead, and in which case, I don't want to fucking know him anyway. So, yeah. But note how I'm leaving there straight away, and because we've got a little bit of food, a little bit of feed and hydration, we can get ahead of our newfound friend there. And that's exactly where we want to be. And you've seen this route now. A lot of the time, if you are short on time, it is not worth checking garage for the rare spawn. Because I think it's the one that is known the most. Maybe. I mean, I don't know. I'd like to think that people will just fucking learn. This place can often have... Hello. Quite a lot of lighters. What are you doing down here? Oh, hello, bag. Yeah. There's a lot of clips. A lot of clips in there, or magazines. A lot of magazines in there, but we're a little shy on space, and I'd rather fill up on the end. WD-40, always take it. You're gonna need fucking loads of it. Part of the reason why I'm leaving those as well is I know there's much higher value items over there, and I want to be there first. Whilst matey's having a beer in Ulti-Buy, I want to be swiping the contents of that locker. So, because we've got plenty of time on our hands now, we're going to change our route a little bit. This is a great little... Oh, missed it. You don't even have to jump. Just run at that corner, and it'll put you up here. So, I know I've already covered that. I know. But because because I've got plenty of time, I'm going to exit over there. And because of that, we're going to go to the high value place first and go through here. So this is how I've been changing my route. And I'm after high ticket items and items that trade up for items that I either need or are worth it for the monies. And we'll talk more about the trading side of things when I get back to base and I have it all in front of me. Because we do want to be making use of the time that we have. And, I don't know, my base should be a good indication. That would tell me that this is looted. Might even still be occupied, but we're definitely going to go and pull his body out. No, that's... So, that's the little jumpy peek through thing that you can do. One of the things that I do a lot of is if I'm going to tactically hold an area, see camping, leave it unlooted. I am unsuspectful that there would be possibly someone round a corner here now because it is unlooted. You'll be the same. I go one step further by not killing the AI around the area if I can. No. Nah. Might have already done it and just closed it all up. Ooh, little teacup. I'm a little teacup. Short and stout. Right, so at this point now, we haven't got much left. So, yes, we have missed out on some items, but I would rather have had the bag space for the high-value items that I needed than having to fuck about. Cleaner, you will need shitloads of. But, yeah, so always take lots and lots of cleaner as well. And then... And again, I have started finding for my stealthy ways that pain pills are quite good. Because there's times when you get shot and you haven't got time to sort yourself out. And even when you sort yourself out, your character keeps on doing the breathies. And there's nothing quite like to make another player push you than when you're fucking breathing heavy. Now, I wanted to do that one because that's the most valuable. Ooh. We have got time to do this. I should have gone up there straight away. Hello, what you got for me? No. Always check. You never know. Always check. I'm just going to have a quick look around the back just in case they pulled his body. Fuck me, I thought that was a person then. You and your cornrows, looking all cool and gangster back here, gave me this shock of my life. I thought I was going to get mugged by another player. If you are too heavy at this point, you won't be able to make that jump. We're not exfilling by there, because we've got time to go and check that last other spot. Again, make use of your time. Just because it's open doesn't mean you don't have a look. One man's junk and all that bollocks. Oh, man. Did you just... Oh, right, okay, fair enough. And stream of luck. No, no chance. If that's open, the person that's been here knows about it. Oh, the... Yeah, yeah, every time they do it, I get that fucking Among Us music in my head. It's like, oh, fucking hell. What the hell are you doing here? You're silent and ominous, and then just step two. So, as we were talking about in the old stealthy ways as well, I'm gonna obviously have to double check the work now as well, because Vega in the stream thought it was further than I did. But we were talking about soundscape and how much noise you make and the sort of distance that you can be heard over. Obviously, different kinds of movement produces different kinds of noise. Like running is one very distinct sound, crouch walking is another, sliding is another, jumping is another, and so on. So they're all difficulty of levels to hear. Can we actually get down here? Yes, we can. At the best of times. But what we were playing around with is how far it is. Now, we only did it as teammates. I still need to try it as enemies. But from what I can gather, the distances that we're starting to put together are correct. Be it enemy or... Because it seems about right for Metro. Yeah, see, Vega thought it was double that. I was like, no, man. Oh, no, we're going to be doing all sorts of testing. Who does this? What? Who fucking closes the box of the lid and puts it back? Why have you even got the time to do that? Shouldn't you be looting? Why get an old man's dreams up, eh? Right, maybe that's why. Oh, man, don't go through the floor, you prick. Right. There is another box around there that's got syringes and stuff in it, but I don't think it's worth our time. These are well worth picking up. Nice and stick thin, worth about 9 grand. I mean, if that's not worth your time, I don't know what is. Let's have a quick time check. Plenty of time. That is a good point. We didn't do that previously. I'm glad you mentioned that, Vega. Do you know what I was thinking? I was like, right, if we can find a rifle that is exactly 1 meter long, and then each of us brings one of those, 3 of those rifles into the game, then we can line them up and judge the distance as long as the model is accurate to the real-life counterpart. Or use the mica, one of the two. I mean, I think lining up the guns would be a lot more fun. Might be a bit more of a pain in the ass, but again, I always mention this crate. These ones don't often contain very good things. Oh, fuck off. I don't even know what your point... I don't even know what your purpose is. I really don't. I'm sure there's reason for there to be a pouch in the game that isn't compatible with anything else. But I don't know what it is. Do not know. Ah, interesting. That is an interesting one. That is an interesting one. So we've only got a couple more boxes to check here. Like, I don't know about you lot, I found the wooden ones are a bit shit. These ones can have some great stuff in them. And the luggage containers. The luggage containers. Fucking hell. Is that... that isn't even British. That's just bad English. The luggage bags can have good things in them. Anything from, like, fucking optics and keys. I mean, I know when you open it, it's going to be a fucking, you know, toilet roll. But when I open it, I've had all sorts because of streamer luck, obviously. But yeah, you can get, like, keys, optics, and... might have even had armor and weapons in there from time to time, you know. And best part about this Exfil? Nice big long happy slide, because everyone loves sliding in this game, surely. So we were talking about the soundscape side of things. We actually did it here as well. And we found that crouch walking and normal walking, although the sounds are different, are detectable by friendlies and, I believe, enemies up to 20 meters. Running is detectable up to 40 meters. So walking and crouch walking are the same volume, just different sounds, or different kinds of sounds. And then running doubles that, and obviously makes it a much more louder and repetitious sound as well. And just in case you were wondering, as well. Didn't do very well with that bag, but hey, who's counting? Just in case you were wondering as well, if you walk forward ever so slightly, even less than that, it's quite difficult to do. In fact, I don't even know if you can. No, you can't do it when you're walking. Or maybe you can. If you duck, change tact, and hold forward the tiniest amount, this makes no sound. Now, I know we're not going very fast, but this could be great for silently repositioning in a room where your cover's been blown and the person's coming in. You can't do it fast, but you can do it silently. No one can hear you when you do that, even when you are standing next to them. The other... yeah, gun sounds is one that we need to cover. Oh, yeah, gun sounds I'll come on to as well. So the other way that you can do that, if you've got any kind of stick drift or you're having problems doing this silent movement, do the little taps. I find this great for repositioning when you're kind of like round a corner, but without giving yourself away. Because if you do this to reposition, you've made sound, and so that person might either not know that you were there and now know that you're there, or has heard you reposition. Whereas if you give it little taps, you can cover the same amount of ground in about the same sort of time, but you do it silently. I know it's a strange concept that I get very excited about being quiet. Somebody like me with my kind of voice and the amount that I talk. But it is a thing. The other one that was huge for me as well, and we'll talk about weapons in a minute. Although that ducking and standing up makes a sound, it makes no sound. So you can change position whilst you are tactically covering an area, see camping, without having to worry about alerting your opponents to it. However, any interaction with the gun, grabbing it off of your waist, grabbing the handle, grabbing the cocking handle, grabbing the mag, putting the mag back in, putting it back on your waist. All of these things do make sound. And what did we say, K2 in Vega? Was it 10 meters? 10 meters detectable? But it's the actual grabbing, not the cocking and mechanism. It's the grabbing and the release that make the sound. So, more coming soon in new exciting episodes when I get round to making them. It was 10, wasn't it? And we said that you couldn't hear each other feeding and drinking. That must be a teammate thing, though, because I've definitely heard people eating and drinking. Or was it even closer than that? It might have been 5 meters. Can't remember. How much does this go for? I think this is quite a high-value item for what it is. Yeah, so that's 60k. You are going to need those, though, so don't do what Donnie Don't does, and do keep a bit of a stock. I've got 2, so that's not too bad. Food. Food, we need food. Meds, we need meds. I'll pop the rest of them back in a minute. Oops. Oh, that's gone. I'll make this up into another kit bag. Because it's got some of the things that I need. You'll note I haven't actually picked up many of the stitches. And they are worth picking up because it saves you having to buy them. They don't sell for much. I think they might sell for about $5 but they're like, oh no, sorry, they cost $5 at $5. They don't sell for much. But if you're picking them up, you don't need to buy them. Just like bandages. Bandages only cost, well, I say only, cost $2 a pop. But if you're picking them up regularly in raid, you'll never need to buy them. Money saved is money earned. I'll put some painkills with that. This is my standard setup, by the way, as well. There and there. That bag is now made. The only thing that needs, as far as I'm concerned, is the extra ammunition of the type that I'm planning to run. And if I was going to run that in Metro, I put the water down to here, and I put that there. And the reason being is because then there is enough space up top to put a bomb in. Which, for reasons I have also started collecting, but we'll talk about that later on. So we've made plenty of money. Let me show you what I was talking about with this. Again, these are worth selling. I don't think I found anything good to trade them up for. $9,000. Look at the profile on it. You know, that's not much more than one figure on top of another. And these, I find, slot in everywhere and anywhere. You can always get at least one more of these in. Those are the green pesticides ones. Well worth picking up. We will put that to one side because we know. Well, that to one side because we know. That can go in there. We keep the food, but that can go on the floor for now. That can go on the floor for now. Screwdrivers because we know. Waste chips. But we don't need... Oh. We don't need any more waste chips because we've traded in. Did we actually do it? I can't remember if I actually got round to pressing the button. I did. We've already traded our 2 waste chips, our allotted waste chips, in for the day. So these, for me, go into here now. This is my waste bin that is specifically for trades. When you get to the point where you've got plenty of storage, you can start having boxes specifically for things like this has got all my figurines and all my batteries in, because none of that really takes up much space. Is it an effective use of the box? No. Another thing to note as well is the amount of space that items take up in here is based on its weight, not its size. So if it is small and heavy, you don't want to be putting it in a box. You want it out on display. Like drills are pretty big but also heavy, so that you want them out on display. Let's get rid of some more of this tiny little teacup. That can go in there. Cassettes you will need. Again, intelligence. This I will show you about in a minute. Again, though, you will need lots of those for various things. Again, keep hold of this. I've got loads of it. It doesn't sell for that much. RAM, because we know. That will sell. You can, strangely, you can trade up 3 glue, I think it was, or maybe 2 super glue for, it was either a bag or some armor, but it wasn't. I think it might have even been the armor that we had on, 2 glue for it. It's not a bad trade, but I don't rate that armor. It's protective, but you just don't have the maneuverability that you need with the slots, if you ask me. So, and again, I know we're trying to keep a running score, and I am putting a lot of things into my base that are of reasonable value. You know, that's $6,000, 5,400. Obviously, it's going in the grenade bag for a different stream. And smoke grenades, that saves me. I don't think I've ever bought a smoke grenade. I use smoke grenades a lot, though. I think smoke grenades are great. Absolutely fantastic. Especially if you are a solo coward, I mean solo rat like me, that you can just get yourself out of really hairy situations over and over again just by good use of smoke. The smoke in this game is fantastic. Massive plumage, excellent at obscuring, and lasts for fucking ages and instantly pops. Really good smoke grenades in this game. A lot of VR games do not have that. You know, the smoke is a pathetic amount. It doesn't do anything really. There's no real coverage to it, so it's not worth bothering with. Not the smoke in this game. The one thing that I haven't seen is how effective it is to pull the pin on smoke and run with it. I haven't seen anybody see me do that yet and report to me how difficult I would be to hit. I have been shot running through that, though, as it happens. That is definitely a thing that has happened. So, where are we at on Scavenging? Let's pop that there. Let's pop that there. Pop that there. Yeah, basically, yeah. If you're into chemtrails, yeah, I'm a chemtrailer. Right, another bag. Let's see if it'll actually let me sell it. So note how those 2 bags have now gone back in there, and I think that's because for some reason when you bring bags back, it doesn't, like these ones in particular, it doesn't like, oh, there you go, it did pick that one up. So a bag only sells for 2,100. That, you can put things in that. Don't know if anyone knew that or not about bags, but you can put things in them. And what that does, what's that? Oh, I know what that is. You can put things in bags. They're really useful like that. So let's try that again. I think there might be a maximum to the amount that you can put up there. I don't think I've found it yet. I'm not pulling them off to find out how many's up there, but there's a lot. Where have you come? Oh, I was transporting, wasn't I? I started to transport. So these are all valid items that we had from previous raids. Or from the previous raid when I was yammering whilst we were waiting. Right, done, 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 done. I do not need the body armor. Don't need any of the sticks. I will, however, take the mags. So, worth noting, the small pouch is not worth fuck all. So, you're better off keeping pouches because, I don't know about you lot, but I always need pouches. Whereas the magazines, however, $4,000, and that's, you know, that was something that was stuck to us and we didn't even really fucking notice. And I need all of this. Ooh, steady, there's a fucking table there. Or a case of some description there. These I need to be picking up and bringing back micas because these are all part of my kit. All of those include a mica in them. I know someone was saying that they use the large for their mica. I keep the large as a utility for things that might not be able to go in my normal pouches because I know the mica goes in a normal pouch, as I've shown off. That's my setup there, and the reason why I use the small grenade pouch or the small pouch as opposed to the large one is that's where I put my excess ammunition. Why's that got 2 micas in? Almost completely ruined my point that I was going for there because I was doing exactly the same as whoever said it. But that's what I do, and then you can put larger items if they come up in there. I'm trying to think. I mean, the only one that I can think of right now is a foul magazine, and who fucking picks those up out of purpose? So let's pop that there, that there, and then that. And I'm all for hoarding guns, but I've got enough, and I can kind of trade up for the guns that I need, or just out and out buy them. So I don't take much stock in having that for where my weaponry is. So, and I've got plenty of these weapon racks as well. I think that's worth selling. Yeah, $5,000. That'll do. Right, that's all going upstairs. That's all part of this haul. Believe. Thanks, Vom. That's the pistol. That goes as well. Thank you, Von. I shall change battery right now. Ah, and you all thought I was going to be doing some contracting tonight and it would be all so difficult. It's not. We haven't even really spoken about the base yet either. So. Bosh, bosh, bosh. Worth 7. Right. 10 minutes left for the next scavenge. Again, note how we got out of that scavenge a lot sooner than I was expecting. And that's just because I was... Because normally I would do contractor runs between scavenger runs, but I've got lots to talk about and lots to show you between there, so we've got plenty of time to do it. So that's another almost $500,000 there in a load of shit that, I mean, I don't need, but we sell that. I mean, yeah, I'd normally keep the diamond ring, and I'd probably throw the teacup up there as well. But all they're going to do is just sit up there and never get fucking used. So, but there you go. So we've made $1 million in 2 hours, or over $1 million in 2 hours. And we haven't even started trading in yet either. Haven't even started trading in. But we're getting to the point where we might be able to hit our allowances for the day. So if we add these things, these are items that we have traded in. Where's all that come from? Right, I'll get rid of all of that because that's not part of tonight's run. These are the 2 Saiga shotguns that we traded in. Again, a very capable weapon that you can get for level 2 for the low price of 1 waste chip. And they sell for almost 46,000. We're now up to 1.12 in 2 hours. In just 2 hours, ladies and gentlemen. Right, let me get that backpack. That was one of the items that we traded up for as well, so that can go on the pile. Oh yeah, I just lobbed this bag, didn't I? Let's just say that none of this was anything to do with that. And I'll probably just lob this bag again and we'll just remember. I mean, some of this might have been to do with the raid. I can't remember. But for intensive purposes, let's say that it wasn't. So that we don't go mixing anything up from tonight's stuff. Bosh, bosh, bosh. Bop, bop, bop. Cool. Right. That can go over there somewhere. Now, trade-ins. So everything in this bag, plus some of the bits and pieces that we put upstairs, are all part of the trade-in pile. Some of this will go for value, some of it won't. Now, let's... So it was that remote and those 2 power banks. There's another remote. There's a screwdriver. Mwah, insulation tape. And then we've got even more RAM. No, I did, but what's happened is one of the... When I've been putting items down, something's fallen over, and that's why they've all gone into there. So... But it's okay, we just won't count any of that, so... 1 mobile phone. Now, no, I do already have a pile of new mobile phones. These do sell for 18k, which is very good. And again, once again, I can't remember the streamer's name, so apologies. It might have been Monkey, actually. I can't remember. Don't know. But it was one of the guys that I was watching who'd been streaming. And he's doing this. He's doing this. And I like that a lot. Using the phone to look around corners. We're doing that. We are totally doing that. That's almost as good. And then I can use the head of the body so I can look without exposing and present a target as well. It's a bit of a pain in the ass to do. But I really like that. It's, again, it's low res, but you would be able to see movement using that. And also, you'd be able to take a quick picture as they flip from cover to cover, just so that you can tell them that you got them caught on candid camera. So 18k, but of what might start becoming a part of my kit, that I'm hoping will fit. Yeah, use it, yeah, exactly. Use corpse to lure, use phone to peek, and then I'm not even, I'm not even exposing myself to gain information and present a decoy. This one's a decoy. So, yeah, no worries, Decrepit. See you later, dude. So, we aren't going to be selling the bag. If we did sell the bag, it would only sell for 10k, which isn't too bad, but I think the value of a bag is, especially one of these ones, this is what you want to always be taking out with you in a raid. I think these ones are great. They're fucking huge. I think they're excessive. This one just has all the utility that you need, as well as a lot of space. So I think it's probably... Oh, do I go out on a limb and say best bag in the game? I don't know. Because you can get an awful lot of stuff in that, but you don't need that size of bag to get all the stuff in. This will hold all that you need and be able to get you all of them. Fuck the flour bag. So, but... let's just get one of these for now. So that adds to our haul of things that we've got. So not only have we got 1.1 million sat in the bank from 2 scav runs, but we've also got that big backpack and other meds and associated bits and pieces as well. I won't count that for now. Now, here's another good one as well. But so to do that bag trade, you need to be at level 2 only. So with this one, you need to be at level 2 for these. We have remotes. We have 2 remotes, so we'll trade those in. 1, 2. We have a 1 screwdriver, so we'll trade that in as well. Remember, remotes and screwdrivers in the grand scheme of things, kind of worth fuck all. And if we got to the heady heights of level 4, I think it is. Yeah, it is. Is it level 4? Yeah. If you can get to the heady heights of level 4, and I got Igor to level 4 quicker than anybody else, and I think the reason being is a lot of his tasks were quite straightforward. They were kill so many scavs, or kill so many with a certain weapon. So he was quite easy for me to get up to level 4, and then I've got loads of loyalty points after the fact with him as well. The reason why he's important to get to level 4 is not because that's when you can start trading diamond rings for PKPs. No. It's because that's at level 4 you can start trading insulation tape, which again, by the time you get to this, you probably upgraded all the things that you need to with insulation tape, but you can upgrade insulation tape with up to 6 times a day again for an RGO hand grenade. How much does it sell for? That's right, 20,500. So insulation tape, a 6,000 item, again is almost 4x. 6 times a day? 6 times? And then power banks. Power banks sell for a measly 6 grand. But 6 times a day, again, this one is specific to you because you need to be at level 4. We can trade in power banks. And those power banks make a 6 grand item, a 20 grand item, 6 times a day. What was it that? No. Floppy disks for these, the only way to acquire some of these ammunition types, like for instance my precious SMB rounds for the PKP, the only way that I can acquire those rounds is via gun oil trades. I can't buy them, and that's probably a good thing because they are vicious rounds, although not as vicious as I thought they were going to be. So there are certain trades that I don't think are worth doing. If you can buy AP rounds, which it doesn't look like you can, then your only option is tapes. So if you're a 7.62x39 AP 7x62x39 user, get cassette tapes. You're going to need them when you get up to these higher levels. Is AP... let's have a look. Is AP ammo buyable on 7.62x39? I don't use the weapon, so I wouldn't know. I mean, PS is better as well, I believe. 81. But yeah, it is legendary status. 27, 25. One of the stats I try and concentrate on is bleed. I do like a good bleed around. I think it's quite important, especially if you're going for the legs. Bleed just makes people panic. I know this because I panic when I'm bleeding in the middle of a firefight. You fucking never know, and it's going to be your last drop of blood leaking out your fucking legs or stomach. So, we have the F1 hand grenade in there. This has all come from tradable items. Bop, 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 bop. And that is going in the bag pile. You might find as well, Watch, if you're trying to do this, you might have to do it multiple times, but just keep putting them up there. Eventually they will stick. So, and I don't think there's a limit to the amount that you can put them in there when you found the the right point. The other thing, and again, I've said this before, if you're going to do this with the top shelf of your area, don't make the bit below it helmets. I'm already regretting the fact that this is very close to the bags, because see what happens, and they'll zorp up there. So what I have to do with these ones on the end is kind of throw and drop them in. But if I had a massive excess of helmets, we just made more storage for ourselves, because they can hang off the side of the bags that aren't doing anything up there. All good stuff. And yeah, this is what I'm hoping people will most likely need, hence why I've tried to collect as many fucking blank videotapes as I can. I've scrubbed all the porn off of them and rewrote all of them for you lovely lot, and when I start doing playing with viewers, you'll be getting fresh and clean tapes for your base upgrades, as opposed to ones with like really old 80s porn on. So I thought that was a good shout. And if you end up with porn on there, well, you know, that's a little victory in itself. So, are we ready for another scavenger? We are. I'm really good at this talking nonsense for ages between scav runs. So, what we haven't talked about yet, and hopefully we might have enough time, maybe not, the hideout. So, and sorry, I do know someone mentioned dam as well. I find the amount that you can get out of suburbs is just too much to even contemplate going to dam. Although, having said that, if you are after piezometers, or whatever the fuck they're called, piezometers, or I've never heard of that term, then you want to probably going to dam, because I've found more piezometers in dam scavenging than anywhere else. However, a lot of my piezometers have come from Metro. They're fucking 10 a penny there. Now, that doesn't sound like we're going to have a very good raid, because that's very close. I mean, we need to do some more talking about the base, don't we? So, this is probably one of the worst places to spawn if you get the 19-minuter, because, well, let's go and test, shall we? Let's waste a raid on testings. Hey, dude. I'm planning on suiciding myself, so take this, this, and this, if you need any of it. I'm testing things. See you later. Can you imagine if somebody came up to you in the street and said that to you? I'd be like, no, wait, stop, don't, no, you take it back, you can keep this. No, don't. Hey, dude, you can have my worldly possessions, I'm going to despawn myself. Now, normally I should run this raid, but we're gonna test and adjust. So we came in at 29, and I want to find out exactly. And you haven't seen me jump off of the cliff yet. No, you probably know what happens, because why would you know? So we're at 26. So that's 3 minutes burnt. That's 3 minutes burnt. Let's jump off at the 4 minutes and 30 seconds mark and hopefully not get shot. So we want to wait until about 24, I reckon. And then drop off and see what happens. And if we instantly get to go back into raid, happy days. Yeah, I know, right, Doc? It's a strange situation. Surely I would talk my way out of it. Surely. But yeah, but to be fair, we need to go back to base, because I want to talk about the hideout, because I don't really think I've talked about the hideout much. I suppose the one thing that I can say quickly as well, because I'm really looking forward to the wipe, even though I've got a lot of work put into this base, because it'll be now about doing everything as quickly and as efficiently as possible, but I'll also be able to record it all, knowing what I need to record, which is, as sad as it is, it's quite an exciting concept for me. But, so, as far as the best way to play this game, I think when you first start at level 1 or 0 and you've got previous experience in the game, Metro, and run it fucking naked. Or take a bag in if you've got the finances to afford it, because the risks are huge, but the risks are actually quite low, but the rewards are huge. Right, so we've wasted approximately just over 4 minutes. Yoy! Oh no, we'll definitely be doing that. Crunch. Ooh, that was loud. Jesus. Let's get out of there. Hacker. Oh, I didn't even see if that said hasty end. I skipped the screen too quickly. So, we wouldn't normally do that. Okie dokie. So, I reckon as long as you off yourself within a 4-minute timer, you won't have a cooldown. But note how we have, or I believe that is the full 23 minutes. I don't know what you guys are getting. That seems less. I'm sure it's been a lot higher than that and it's been raised. So that kind of... well, yeah, it's a good question. Will I be able to move with the... Well, this is the thing, K2. You won't need to go to Metro. Right, that is the bag that is all of the stuff that we picked up off of the floor. And that is the bag that I don't know where that came from. I think that's what I started at the very beginning with. So let's just get all of this in the old thingy, and then we'll talk some about the hideout and how fucking good for your economy it is to get everything leveled up as quickly. Yeah, golden elephant. Got ya. So there you go. So this is all those trading items. This is all of those grenades. The lion's share of that cash is coming from these RGO and RGNs. We are now up to 1.2. In the course of a stream, we should be able to afford a junk box. Quite easily as well. I'm not doing this efficiently. What I should be doing is running Contractor and doing so on Metro. Between this, we might have a couple of silly raids. So why do I say Metro and naked runs is the best way at the beginning? Because there's a lot of other people that are saying like, nah, don't do naked runs. You need to go in there fully kitted. Stop it with your gear fear. First off, it's all well and good you saying stop it with your gear fear, but you don't have to worry about gear fear because the people that don't have gear fear have got loads of money and loads of gear. Strange that. Us normal people, we don't have all that money and we don't have all their gear. We just have to acquire it. The other thing as well, and this is something that I think, this is I don't do paranoia, but this is one of my first thoughts when I've got heavily geared, good players telling me you shouldn't have gear fear, you should always go in with your best kit. Is that because then you'll be playing against crap people and you'll get more of a reward out of taking them out? Yeah. Yeah, I think it is. The top 1% want us to take all of our good stuff in because they can take it all off of us. So that is part and parcel of what I'm hoping to bring to the table of contractors, is that if I can make sure that we've all got plenty of money, plenty of stuff, then you're not going to have to worry about gear fear, and the reason being is because you can simply replace it. I mean, when you get up to this stage where you've got all we'll talk about this as well, the whole 24 GPUs and how I don't think this is worth going for. It is worth filling your first rack. The rest, the other 3 racks of 18 GPUs are worth 66% of the original. So it's worth getting your first rack and filling it. After that, just don't concentrate on them, just get them as they come. But it is nice to be able to press a button and get quite a lot of money. However, we're not going to add the Bitcoin mine to our total tonight. So some other things that I have found out. So when you have the generator at a top level of efficiency, and again, these are things that I'll be testing when the wipe comes through, at the top level of efficiency, and I'm pretty sure it's the same all the way, per tick, in this circumstance, 1 tick is a minute. A tick in a minute sorry, a minute is a tick. So if I refer to a tick, that is a minute. Per tick, we use 1 unit of fuel. A gas can or a fuel can or whatever you want to call it costs us 33,000. That works out to, when you factor in the fact that you can sell an empty gas can for 4,400, that works out at 19 cash per minute. So 1 tick of fuel, gas can 33k, sell the gas can empty for 4k. 1 minute, so that's 1,500 fuel. 1 minute equals 1 tick, and per tick then is costing us in fuel, if we leave the lights on at all times, basically it costs us 19e a minute to run this place. As soon as you get 1 graphics card into your rack, you are then breaking even on gas and this. Getting the next 5 will then put you up to 100e, which then means that you are 80 a tick up. Now, here's something that we can have a quick look at before I sell them. Yeah, always need a spreadsheet. Here's something that we'll do quickly. Should be a bit of fun. Let's do a naked run, but we have a gas can. Now, why would the fuck? Why would you do this? That's like 4 grand. You're wasting 4 grand if you take that in and lose it. Well, I wanted to do some testing, and it just so happens that I was right and wrong at the same time. Hear that sound? Oh, look. Our gas can is full. Take this soap also. Where are we going? West Railways. Can of curd, yeah. Ooh, I know how to get there. This is the quickest way. Ooh, we'll have that. Well, it was worth a try. Dude, I've got a full gas can there if you want it. Worth 33 grand. You're welcome.
How did you get that?
Yes! And those are the messages that you leave it on and cut it off. How did you get the gas can? How did you get it? Oh, I'm not telling you. So, now, why am I not bothered? Why am I not bothered about that? Because, unfortunately, even though the gas can fills when you leave your base with it, if you extract successfully, and I promise you I have, I did it on Dam and did my stupid over the fucking mountains and away we go route. If you extract with it successfully, when you come back to base, it is back to 0. So it is 1,400 during raid, but 0. So that could potentially mean one of 2 things. Most likely, it's just a fucking calculating bug. But if anybody sees a generator out there that accepts fuel on any of the levels, let us know. The thing is, I would kind of like the idea of being able to refill your gas cans, because you'd have to carry 2, and be they full or empty, they're still whatever they are weight-wise, like 20 kilograms or something. So if you're running around, so yeah, 1,500, 1,145. So if you're running around with 2, It's like an extra 32 kilograms, be they full or not, which is a bit silly. It's the same with water as well, if anybody didn't know. It doesn't matter how empty or full a thing is, its weight is set. I am sure that is something that they will change. So what's, if, hang on, so what's 1, 7, 4, math is usually my strong point. 16 kilograms. Could have just mic'd that, really. That would have been a lot easier. But yeah, come on, get me topped up. And he does it in 2s, doesn't it? There you go. Sorted. I wish we could sort them under there as well, but you can't. So that's been the most efficient way I've found to stack them. And you need to leave a little bit of space on the edge. Otherwise, these ones wig out and just fuck off. And I don't think you can stack them anywhere else in here, but you can definitely stack them all next to here. So we got fuel for a couple of days. We should be all right on fuel. So that's the fuel can exploit that never was. And then it's empty. So yeah, so I think on Metro that's worth $4,000. That's worth $4,000. Now, the other thing as well, I have tried every bag and you cannot fit the fuel can in there. Now, I mean, I could make a mini series out of that, taking empty fuel cans into Metro and convincing people that they spawn and making them carry them back. Can you? I hope that guy picks it up and carries it. Where the fucking hell did he find that? That's $33,000 and I really need fuel. I'm going to take that back home. It's only, if it gets him killed, brilliant. If it doesn't, he gets it back. Fucking 0 fuel. But then there is one test that I have not been able to do. On my hideout, that comes back as 0 fuel. But if I was to have an empty can and say one of you guys was to have an empty can and we traded, what would happen there? Or if I gave you my empty can, well, what would happen there? So these are things that need to be tested. I kind of like the idea that, you know, your avatar, your contractor, before taking the deep dive into Metro, goes to Petty Station to fill up and then wanders into Metro. I think that's fantastic. Anyway, so here is the hideout segment, the part that I wanted to talk about. Also note, I am not instantly healing myself. Now, normally, believe this if you must or not, you know, normally I don't talk this much when I haven't got an audience. So I can't eat up the time like I am now. However, I do make a point of doing my state of healing and using that up there, because you shouldn't use your meds because it's more expensive, using that up there to heal myself last. Why? Because every tick, and I think I worked it out earlier on, you basically get one you get 1 health on each one. Yes, I have, Vega. Ask me that. Yeah, it opens a door. I'll show you. We'll do some more spawns in Metro and show you exactly what it does. So when you have the healing bay up to maximum, I think, well, let's watch it, actually. So we're at 12 on the head. We're still at 12 on the head. Did it just not update? I don't know. Maybe I'll have to have a look at this system. I believe it gives you 0.5 of 100%. So if 100% is 44, 1% would be 44, 0.5 would be 22. So I think it gives you 20 to 22 healing, and that spreads across things. Also, if all parts are damaged and one isn't, the healing is accelerated for that one part. So in this circumstance, but basically, long and short of it, even when you haven't got your med bay up to maximum, each tick that you're leaving that, it's saving you money. And saving money in this game, like any other, is just as good as making it. Almost as good as making it. So, hideout-wise, what is worth your time? What is important? I'd go as far as to say all of it is important, except planting is not important. You do not need to increase your experience gain, because once you get to level 30, you don't need experience gains for anything anymore. You've got all of the quests available to you, and you've also got all of the upgrades available to you. What else is not important? Unfortunately, the shitter is not important either. Yes, we do get this fancy mirror. Yes, I could come in here and present myself, but it does look like that I've got quite a crick in the neck with this character for some reason. Also, my ears seem to stick out an awful lot for somebody who's wearing a balaclava. They are some fucking powerful ears, let me tell you. If my lips moved, I might actually do this. The thing is, as well, is the shitter is literally just like a shell scrape in the ground. That is the worst toilet I have ever seen. I hope when they get this up that, you know, as we upgrade, it gets a lick of paint, with maybe a little bit of customization in here, you know, maybe a little working shower, and we can hydrate ourselves by going, maybe all these things are going to happen. But that is, the toilet is only a +5 and +10% increase. So what I found is that by the time I was ready to get this and that done, I didn't need them. So what would I say in your base is most important? Well, I would definitely say that your water collector is probably one of the most important things, because then it looks like a shell scrape to me. With the water butt up and running just at level 1, you can then, as long as you have one of those, which you can buy for 20 grand, have an infinite source of water, which means that if you go out on a raid and come back and you are not fully hydrated, you can hydrate yourself for free. If you don't have that and you don't have this, then your only option for hydration is actual consumables that can't be refilled. In fact, no, I have tested that. I better fucking test it live, hadn't I, just in case. Where's a mica when you need one? You can also tell how much is left in it as well by bringing the mica up to it. Mineral water usually starts at 60 hydration. As you can see, it is down to 38. Thing is, that's not fucking mineral water. That's crummy old fucking, like, old dishwasher water. Look, see, the button doesn't even do anything, and that is definitely in the correct position. So... Oop. You get the mirror at level 1. So, right, that's the mica done. I always like to keep a mica lying about in all the different shelves just so I can pick things up and investigate and notice. And just in case you were wondering as well, it's one of those like eye or water bottle HDs. You don't even need to open the lid to fill it. What a marvellous time we live in, ladies and gentlemen, when such technology exists. It's something to do with the nanotechnology in this £20,000 fucking flask. It should fill itself. It should refill its fuck itself for 20,000. Anyway, so that's that. So I think hydration is one of the ones that you want to concentrate on first. Obviously, the generator, getting that up to level 3 to increase your fuel capacity. It does say reduces power consumption. I haven't been able to test that yet. All I know is that at level 3, a tick is a unit of fuel. So a minute is a unit of fuel, and we've worked out the prices on there. I didn't really start using my generator and leaving it on all the time until it was at maximum. What maximum generator does for you is it allows you to fill it up to 4,000, which means that you cannot play the game for a couple of days, leave your generator on, and everything will carry on working. That is only worth doing if you have the Bitcoin mine with a graphics card in there. The rest of the time, you should either stumble around in the fucking dark or just turn it on when you need it and turn it off when you are finished. Again, if you leave it on, you are then doing one thing worse. You are wasting money, and we don't want to do that either if we're trying to keep a good economy going. This is definitely one of my passions within any of these games. I love fucking out-economying a game, because if you can out-economy a game, you can make your missions easier for yourselves. And all those Giga Chads out there that are ready to take your kit, well, it won't fucking matter, because you can just buy another, and just buy another, and just buy another forever. And learn the game, and then hopefully get out to Giga Chad level, and then still have your kit taken from you by the bullies. Anyway, so generator, very important. Generator also allows you to upgrade everything else to its maximum. Some of these will turn around and say, nope, sorry mate, can't upgrade that any further until you got your generator up a level. So getting generator up to maximum level is very important. The way you unlock all of these for upgrading is either through your experience level or through Johnny. Johnny at Troopix is one of the ones that you want to concentrate on. The sooner you are unlocking these things, the sooner you know the conditions to upgrade them, the sooner you can do that, the sooner you can get them online. Bitcoin farm. Very important to level 1, but only if you've got at least one graphic card to put in there. If you haven't, it does not become important until you've got graphics cards. One graphics card at a level 3 generator will pay for itself. Anything less than that, and there's no point getting it up and running, you might as well use resources to concentrate elsewhere. Obviously, storage, very, very important. When you first open this level of storage, you actually get a load of extra kit and a load of extra guns and some great storage places as well. When you open this level of storage, this is fucking barren. But this is great for bag storage, because you've got no other places to store bags other than on hangers. Or, I mean, I have seen others as well using these. I don't think it's an effective use of the space, though. Bags go up there nicely. They're quite big items, and we don't need them that often. Whereas items like this, you're going to need to stack quite often. Things up there as well do tend to despawn from time to time and end up back in there. So, and again, we can also use that for helmet storage as well. So I do think that that one is also very important. Hey, look at this. I'm getting really good at this. So, can I possibly speak for another 2 minutes? Tune in next episode. Right, so kitchen area, obviously very, very important for the way that I like to play the game, because in-raid hydration consumption minus 15%, so that starts off 5% for level 1, 10% for level 2, and 15% for level 3. In-raid hydration consumption and in-raid energy consumption minus 15. With these two at maximum level, you can literally, if I had food and you had the same food, and I had these and at my base and you didn't, I can stay in that raid at higher stats for longer than you can, which, as we know, when those stats gets to 0, you start to die. So, you know, because when I'm thirsty or when I haven't got anything in my stomach, I also start to die. So, and with these two, you can basically outlast somebody by 15% on both stats. I know that doesn't sound very important, but across the raid, that means that you are consuming less. If you're consuming less, you're using less. If you're using less, you need less. And if you need less, you're saving money. Refrigeration, regenerate energy whilst in hideout. This is the counterpoint. This is, I think it starts off 0.2, 0.35, and then up to 0.5. This one is countered by the top level, or not countered, is the other. The other side is countered by level 3 water collection. So whilst I'm sitting around gassing to you, I'm regenerating my hydration and my energy. Why is that important? I shouldn't have to explain it, but if I'm getting free water and energy just for sitting around in here, then I'm not having to eat, so I'm not having and drink, I'm not having to use my resources. The hydration doesn't really fucking matter because we've got completely free hydration, but it just saves us having to do it. The energy one is good. So maybe potentially another question, which I will answer in a minute, because we've got the medical area to look at. Operation bed. At the first level of this, you unlock quite a cool feature for saving money. You can press cure. which basically restores you for free once every hour back to 100%. This cooldown happens whether you are in base or not. The other thing that the medical area does as well is faster health regeneration in Hideout. I've got that up to top level. It is quite fast. There's been times where I've jumped off for an hour, having been probably about 2 hours, having been dead, and then come back, logged back into the game to find myself fully healthed or near as damn it. And unfortunately, the operation bed doesn't improve the cooldown of the cure. The cure basically saves us, if we're running Metro, for instance, saves us 6 grand every hour. Again, doesn't sound like a lot, but if you do all the little things, look after the pennies, and the pounds will look after themselves. Look after the lowercase e's, and the capital E's will look after themselves. There you go. Silver Tongue Devil 2025. So, we are ready for another scavenger raid. Should we go in Scavenger in Metro? Yeah, why not? It doesn't work. I've sat here for 30 minutes. It doesn't work. So, but you can. You know, you can try. Anyway, we'll deploy on that in a minute. We'll finish off with the Hideout. We'll do one more raid, and then maybe I'll do something else. So, talked about this. Shooting range, I barely use it myself, but that's because I'm not testing firearms. This is worthwhile getting unlocked, though, because it's part of a mission to get it at least available for making, and that could be a bottleneck in your tasks, so you want to get it done. And then when you've got it, you'll collect the resources that you need for it, and you'll be able to get it. I don't use it at the moment because I'm not testing firearms, but when I am testing firearms, I'll be thankful of it. You can literally step in there and use anything in there, and when you come out, it will replenish your ammunition. Para exemplar. Bear in mind, these bullets are priceless. Is that it? There you go, that's your lot. That was probably about 200 grand. Jesus. So yeah, I need to have a play with this. So, but yeah, I like it. More LMGs in the game, please. Make me heavy and slow as fuck with a what's supposed to be like. Have you ever seen how long it takes people in flat screen games to reload LMGs? Just demonstrate quick. You know, normally, if this was flat screen, it'd be... forward assist. And then they're firing. I love the fact that, you know, we can do it so much faster in this. So, that was a lot of money. If we now leave here, it'll do a quick loading screen. Shouldn't crash. Hopefully it won't crash. It doesn't. Although it looks like it is. And then, as you can see, my Epic Drum Mag should be full. Again, that should have all 80 and none of the rounds hath been used. I don't think. I mean, we better test it, hadn't we? I'm getting all paranoid now that it's fucking eating up my ammunition. It hasn't, because I can go. Let's try and actually do some aiming. So the other thing that you can do here as well is you can add helmets and gear to the enemies as well, so you can simulate how well your weapon would do against somebody who is like a fully kitted. This should penetrate. And I'm just hip firing that, so yeah. But yeah, that's like full pen, 100, well, not 100%, but a very high chance on boss armor. So yeah, that is getting fully refilled. when we go. So, yeah, shooting range, working as intended. Probably the least used room in my entire thing because I haven't got testing to do on weapons yet. I dare say there'll be a fucking weapons tier list at some point in the future, and I'll probably put something like that in as S tier for unknown reasons in the thumbnail just for the clickbait, because that's what all the big YouTubers do, isn't it? So, right. Done. And then more on Hideout. So, we talked about this, talked about Bitcoin mine, talked about shooting range. This one's very important, I think. Getting that to level 1 allows you to investigate an item and find its sale price out immediately and what it fucking is. There are a lot of items in here where I'm like, what the fuck is that? Here's a good example. I've never come across... what the fuck's that? Now, if you didn't know that I've just taken that off of the end, I wouldn't say, "Oh yeah, that's a fucking muzzle. That's a compensator. That's an AR breaker. You know, that goes on the end of an AR. Of course it does." No, I would have said, "No, that's one of the fucking hobs from a cooker." And by not having the mica, you wouldn't be able to identify it. And by not having the mica, I wouldn't be able to see that I could sell that gas hob cooker thing for 23 fucking grand. So mica to the high level, to the first level, very important. What is more important though, if you want to make plenty of money, is that you get it up to level 2. Why? Scav mode countdown. That's what the CD stands for. Scav mode countdown reduction. We believe that this is 10%, although it'd be nice to have a figure. That, in combination with the TV set, reduces your scav mode cooldown to 30%, I think. Which makes sense with how the figures were previously. Whereas other people could off themselves and have a 40-minute countdown, I was offing myself and had sort of like 33 minutes left or something along those lines. Hell, if I go into a 27-minute raid, by the time I finished it with maybe a 29-minute raid, by the time I finished it with a couple of minutes left on the clock, by the time I've finished my gigs, I'm ready to go again. So this very important. The other ones that I think are incredibly important, because I'm a filthy loot whore, usually, increased limit of weight bearing by 20 kilograms. And I like reloading. I love the thrill of reloading during battle. Being able to repack mags is big for me. I'll explain why in a minute with the stage that I'm at now. Increased limit of weight bearing. As you can see, we are at 90 kilograms, a healthy 90 kilograms. When you first start the game, you are at 70. When you get to half that figure, you experience the first slowdown. So whereas you would be able to carry 35 kilograms before you start slowing down at 100 energy, this is, I might add, I wouldn't start slowing down until I break 45 kilograms. 10 kilograms is a lot of fucking loot, let me tell you. And then you would experience more slowdowns quicker than I would at my 20 kilograms. It also then means that you can go out with more gear without feeling any movement penalties. If I was to go out in all of that lot at 70 kilogram, I would instantly start off quite slow, whereas if I go out in it now, I should be moving at just under normal speed, I think. So that one is quite important if you ask me. Part of the reason why it's a pain in the ass is you will need videotapes for this one. And I think you need videotapes for this one. Don't worry, I promise you I've scrubbed most of the porn off of all of those VHS. I believe the vast majority of them, for maybe 1 or 2 of you lucky viewers when I start handing them out in another stream, won't have any porn, and you'll be able to use the blank video cassette tapes for whatever it is that you want to use them for. Probably more porn. So that is the kitchen area covered. The reloading. So I think this one is huge. Plus 30% is quite a difference. 10% you kind of feel, 20% is good, 30% is great. What I'm finding is now that I'm at the stage where I am able to take these big fuck off drum mags, if I make sure that I've got plenty of rounds on me, I don't need really any other mags. Because if I can't get it done in... That's 60 rounds. If I can't get it done in 60, it was either a fight that I shouldn't have taken, or I've had some really bad luck. I'm planning on, for that very reason, that I can start taking 60 and 50 drum. Even a 50 drum mag is enough, which I've got on the others. How that gets 50 rounds in it, and that fucking behemoth can only fit 60 is beyond me. I think the scales are off a little bit there, but I don't know. Maybe it's one of those, you know, loopy whoopy timey wimey fucking drum mags. So by having a magazine that big, I'd say you only need one backup mag. That's 90 rounds, 60 in one sitting, and then another 30 in a burst fire weapon as well, a top whack of fire rate. I take 2 because I'm doubly precautious. But what you should be doing, firing your shots at the end of your engagement, and as you are moving, repack your mags. Repack them. And with that high reloading speed, you can do that fast. I will be very happy of that as well when I do take this out, because I'm not taking too many drums out with me because they take up a lot of bag space. They're also very heavy. But what I will be doing is making sure that I'm carrying lots. I mean, this isn't how it's going to look. I'm sure it'll look much cooler than that. But I'm planning on carrying a lot of these. Each one of these only carries 45 rounds, and the mag that, well, the box, should I say, it's hardly a mag at this point, is it? The box only carries 80. So that 30% basically means that if I would normally be reloading one of those boxes for a minute, that 30% would mean that I'm only reloading for 6, 12, 18. 42 seconds? I think that's significant. As somebody who likes to sling a lot of rounds down range and wants to get into the fight with the minimum of hassle as quickly as possible, it's a lot of time. 18 seconds. A lot can change in 18 seconds, hey ladies. 18 seconds. Anyway, so I think we have... Thing is, all you have to do is pull your mag out, pull your weapon away, grab, put it close and hold a button. It's not particularly difficult, but I see what you're getting at. It can be a bit of a nightmare. So, anyway, I think that just about does it. So, if I was prioritizing, I would prioritize generator, water collector, level 1 should be one of your first port of calls once you've got it unlocked. These are definitely a first port of call as well. Everything else is just nice, but generators need to be gotten to be able to unlock all of these to top level. I have played this game along the lines of Capua Shall I Begin doesn't start until I've got this completely upgraded. I don't consider myself playing the game properly until I'm at max stats. Because why? Why would you go into PvP when you're not at max stats? For the challenge? Well, if they've got better gear, that's challenge enough. So, there you go. Now... yeah, that happens. That happens. Go play Scavenger. I'll show you why. One last time. See if we can put some more money on. Let's see if in one stream I can afford a box. I mean, I can definitely afford a box because I've thrown enough things in various bins and bits and bobs that would give me enough to make that up. Yeah, definitely be scavenging. And that's the other thing to note as well, is when you should always be scavenging. Always be scavenging. Contract when you can't scav. Always scav if your timer is not on cooldown. Ooh, we got a good one. Always scav when your scav run is not on cooldown. While you are waiting for your scav to cool down, play contractor or sort your base out. Don't need this. Do need that. This is what I was talking about, that back of the bag. I hate this sometimes. I usually change, with this kit, I usually change my grenade over so that I can at least stand a chance. This is taking too long. Come on. Please go in. Oh, you fucking shit. So, there's still quite a lot of cool, valuable... let's do all of this first. Still quite a lot of cool, valuable items in here. Phone and waste chip. Those two together are worth, what, 60k? Plenty of good stuff on that little corner. Always take a visit here because you might come in as a scav and not have any grenades. Wow, this is laggy. Jesus. Well, my headset's overheating, one of the two. Don't need those. And we're away. Remember what I said about the AR-15? It's this that adds value to the AR-15. That little sight that, as it happens, doesn't fucking work. Your thumb's in the way, and the iron sights at the end are in the way. If you can, you should be able to see. And it's not where you place it either. Just, I mean, it works, but your target's obstructed, so you just can't fucking see what you're shooting at. Brilliant. What great implementation. All they need to make sure is that this disappears off the model when you put something like that on. But it adds extra. Yeah, that's... I don't know, man. I like the AR-15, so... The bag we can always change. I mean, the thing is, if you're in combat... That's a contractor, isn't it? Oh, that is a contractor. Hey! 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 I only loaded my gun. Right. Hasty end. Yeah, enjoy your fucking mobile phone. Oh, boys, lads, I found a key. There's a key in my bag. Make sure you come back for it. It's a good one. I don't know what, though. Cheers. There you go. Right, so, that's part of our to be fair, I should have been paying more attention. I wasn't. But there was an element where I didn't want to hit them. Now look what's happened. We were killed by contractors within the first 4.5 minutes, I think the timer is. We can only go straight back in like Flynn. To be fair, even if I did want to fight them, I hadn't cocked my weapon. I've done that before, and I've connected shots with the enemy, and it didn't do that. Now, I don't know if that was because the timer had elapsed too far, and I don't know what the limits are yet. So, for use... So, I think what my theory is if you found a bunch of contractors early doors, and you hit them, the game then is basically like, you ain't getting a fucking cooldown, mate. If you win this fight, you get loads of shit. Up infinitely. My voice travels infinitely. Now, what do we do here? 18 minutes left. Decent bag. Tommy, not Tommy. I mean, it's kind of a Tommy gun, isn't it? Decent bag, decent-ish weapon. But I've had enough. Hasty end. Why am I doing that? Because we don't want the raid where we've only got 20 minutes left. No, no. We want the raid that has 29. So again, for those of you who weren't here at the start, we don't have to, if we get the bad one. Oh, and sorry, hello, worst ass. I'll just call you worst just to shorten it down to something respectable. Welcome to the stream. And hello, Niblium, as well. Welcome to the stream. Probably butchered your name, but it was a very quick read. So as I said, the reason why we just despawned ourselves straight away, it's saying Nastasis. That's what my chat GTP thingy is saying. So the reason why we did that is look now. Oh, I'm wondering, you know what? That's the first I've seen that. The count is usually either 19 or 29. That's a new one. Okay, so make sure we're ready to go this time. Lighter, that's a very good item. It's a very good item, people. Lighter's worth... How much is a lighter worth? Answers in the chat. I'll even give you a hint. But only... Oh, shit! No. There we go. Give you a quick... Right, so, there you go. How much is a lighter worth? You can now go back in the video and check your answers. That's the question, chat. How much is a lighter worth? Is it a trick question? Would I do that? Would I? Do need torches. Torches seem to... You don't need many for upgrades, but they do come up in the procurements. Oh, I also don't need that, so I'm going to get rid of it. It's not really going to do much for our weight, but... Oh, gotta be... 350. No. Cool. I won't say who's right or wrong yet. Keep those answers pouring in. No. I need exact values here, people. Exact... Well, not exact values, but ballpark. But again, like, even I was looking at... I don't pick up lighters. I have hundreds. I had hundreds back at home base. But I wasn't picking up any more because I was like, fuck, man. I got hundreds of these shitters. I do not need any more. And then I looked in the trade thing and I was like, oh. So, yeah. How much is a lighter worth? There are no right or wrong answers. Take all of this. Very good, Doc. Very good. Very diplomatic answer. Well done, sir. Take plenty of sockets. You will need these. Hopefully this is going to take me 20 minutes to put in my fucking bag. Good. Always check these top shelves as well. Stick a RAM. Feel free to keep those answers coming in on those postcards. That body armor's not as good as what we have. Note how I'm checking all of the clothing stores on this level right now as well. Well, hopefully you'll be able to... Hello, Travis. Hopefully... Thank you, Vaughn. Hopefully you'll be able to answer that question for yourself very soon. Because Oops. Yeah, no worries, dude. It's because... I'm after specific things, K2. You guys should go on the route that I've shown you many, many times before. Because you're quite right. You should... previously, when... The way I'm... This is how... Oh, for fuck's sake. Damn it. Come on. Get up. Get out. This isn't that much better armor either, but it does have more... pouch space, which is kind of why I grabbed it, because pouch space is good, because I like pouches. There's another one. That's a very useful pouch. Come on, sort your life out, get it on. That one goes on there, that one goes on there, that one goes on there, That one can move across to here. And then this is very much like how I have my rig set up, which is nice. With space as well, with space. So I'm doing all of these things because I am going to the stupidly high value areas first. I did miss a computer back there, but I don't think it's worth the time. I want to get to this middle room first before others. Screwdriver. We know about screwdrivers. That's where the thingies can spawn as well. Valves. Contractors Exfil, very good. Very good. That was fucking terrible. Well done. Absolutely terrible joke. That's what I want to hear. Well done, sir. So the reason why, as I said, I'm running it this way is the way that I run this has changed. Ugh, the fuck? Ugh. Brother, ugh. Yeah. Guess we're running a silenced beast. Remember what I was saying about gunpowder? Hoop, there it is. If you haven't got the bag to take it, hoop. There it goes. Don't carry it around with you. There is a very good chance. Hello, KO. Is there a very good chance that it will just fucking zorp out of your hand. Anything that you find that is incredibly high value, that's what you should be doing. Note how I said get right close to this shelf. Sometimes that little deputy badge is really hard to spot from all the way over here. I didn't see it. That's why I had to investigate. Now that we've gone to some of the high value items, now we head up to the top. So gunpowder is not worth a massive amount, but you need it for some of your upgrades. Hello. Not often. Come on now, get in. Don't need that. Probably pick one up later. Want to be quick with our looting here as well, and as organised as we can. The one thing that I am finding is you can be a little... I hate that bag. You can have it, Kim. I fucking hate the big bag. Don't need that. There's better armour over there. That's not back. Cool. I'm not going to bother with 2 bags. This bag's big enough for all of us. So, but yeah. So the reason, yeah, professional loot goblin indeed. The reason, hello dude, how we doing? The reason why I do it this way around, you do need those extensions and a lot of them. I don't need them anymore. The reason why I'm looting this way round now is, I hate this bag. It doesn't even fit fucking things on the side. Who makes a bag that can't take fucking pouches? Fuck's sake. Maybe they're like, oh yeah, this bag's already big enough. Don't need pouches. So yeah, the reason why I'm doing this is I'm here to grab all the high price items, and it's also to give me maximum, it was previously to give me maximum chance to snag CPUs, because I needed a lot of CPUs. I don't need a lot of CPUs anymore. Yeah, but that's, yeah, but pretty in the wrong way. Pretty in that it will get you fucking killed. This doesn't camo with anything. I'm sorry, Kim, but no. Right, that'll do there. So we've had... No, you can't put pouches on it. Don't zorp, you fucking... Right, we will make a bit of a food run of this one as well, because I could do with stocking up on food and water. Cappuccinos, you are going to need... Hello! Cappuccinos, you are going to need... we do need lots of bandages, actually, because I've been running out recently. Well, not running out, I've just been a bit short. I know I threw one away earlier. And we should, whilst we've got a lot of space, be picking those up as well. Beer we'll drink on the way. Again, I know I'm not getting absolutely every single item. We're always going for speed here. Always. Take another. And if you're drinking your sodas on the way, although it then means that your hydration will always be at max, all of the kind of like Red Bull and sodas, they also provide energy as well as hydration. Not a lot. Yes. You've got to become a good packer. The thing is, I would have said it is better to be quick at packing than good at packing. And that suits me down to the ground, ladies. I'd much rather be quicker than good. Yes, quite. Hello, high value item. So that's usually a game disc, which is probably one of the best ones because decent value. Note how as well, I've basically got it stuck to the back of the bag. And the way you do that is you kind of thrust it through and then bring it back. And then it should stick. And that saves you a bit of space. We will get some feed in us. Yeah, me and speed. What? So right, that should be all the feed that we need. We're going this way, so we might as well have a look. Again, these are all great places for all the shit that you need to upgrade your base. Contract exception indeed. Yeah, we'll take that because the bag's fucking huge. I think they're only worth like 6 grand, those little stupid batteries. Again, you will need lots of them, but this is the last run now, so we're going for value. Ooh, come here. Always, if you can, even if it looks stupid, put your attachments on guns that have attachment slots. That's exactly what I was going for. That is exactly the approach that I was going for. Hey, dude.
Hello.
How we doing?
Hello.
There's another bag on the top floor for you. It's really tiny. Tape measures. I've collected fucking hundreds of these, and they're a bit worthless, and you can't trade them in for anything, but you will need them, so do grab them. So this is part of the reason why I beeline directly for mall, because as you can see, that guy's just getting here. What the hell he's been doing up until this point, and we're like almost finished with this place now, and then we're moving on to the next place. This is why it is better to ignore everything and get here, even with a piddly little bag. If you break lucky and you get a nice big bag like we have today, because this is the first time, then you can go overboard. No, he'd be fine. No, he's on our side. He's a scav. He's a scav, and you'll usually find the ones that talk to you are the ones that are friendly. I have also got another top tip for you as well. Oh, I thought there was one up there. Another top tip for you as well. If you are running around near a scav and you think they're going to try and swipe your backpack off of you, hold it in your hand. It's perfectly acceptable to run around holding a backpack in your hand because you're getting ready to loot. If you hold it in your hand, you will see them grab your bag. And then you can be like, hey, hands off, fucker, that's mine. And if they don't let go, fucking shoot them. You got my permission. Great store for loot, this one. Mouses. We need mouses. This is why I hate this bag. You can't even fucking put... Oh, man. Man alive. You can't even put fucking pouches or guns on it. What is the fucking point? Don't need CPU fans, and they're worthless. I wish that did more, and I wish people could hear it. We need to test that as well. Do need torches. That's a, for me, item, not a value item. Yeah, you need them. You'll need mice for stuff, let me tell you. We've already done that. Yeah. Show you how not so valuable these are. Yeah. God, I knew you were going to be a problem. This is part of the problem as well, is getting the fucker in. shit. Fucker. Oh, I don't need it that much. Oh, stop it, game. There we go. We're in. Cool. Now, I would rather be out of here and ahead of him than going up to the restaurant and getting some feed. This is, again, is why it is important to keep on top of your feed. It's also, now that I'm at this stage of the looting process, I suppose, why it is important to not take absolutely fucking everything. A lot of these things, to be honest with you, Kay, a lot of these things that I'm picking up for you lot when we start doing those kind of streams, because I'm almost ready. Almost ready. I got plenty of gear and I'm almost done with all my tasks, which then means that the only real joy left to me is getting you lot stuff, which, as I've found out, and K2 and Vega will attest to, I fucking love doing. So nothing quite so more glorious. WD-40 we don't need. Cleaner, again, pick this up. It's not that difficult to fit in your bag. You do need a lot of it. How much have we got on? Just in case you didn't know, this has 2 of those for some reason when you first pull it down. 1, 2. I think we covered that last time, but anyway, thought it was important. That's right, well, we'll just stay in the shadows, Kim, it's fine. But then this is the thing, is you play like that, you play your way until you are ready. And if you're enjoying it and you're never ready, well then so fucking be it. I fucking love the looting in this game. I fucking love the looting in this game enough that I don't even need the combat. Don't even need the combat. I mean, it's nice and everything. Like, I could see this making a great cooperative zombie experience. Like, if all of these NPCs were just zombies, you've got the next big Daisy in VR on your hands then, haven't you? That's right, well, yeah, that's why you come along with us. But then, as I said, when we're doing the playing with viewers things, it's the objective. The objective. I bet they do it for Halloween. They'd be stupid not to change all the NPCs into zombies. Would it be easier or harder though? I don't even know. That looks suspiciously like a contractor, but thankfully it wasn't. Let's have a quick look in there. Clips, almost said it. Magazines are worth taking. Putting pouches in bags, as you can see, isn't a great option, but you can then often put things in them as well. Yeah, you can play training and then it is just solo versus AI. I'm hoping they make it so that you can go in as a team. Hello. We're still putting in the chat how much a lighter's worth? I'm not giving you any more clues. How much is a lighter worth? Spanners, you won't need that many of those, but you will need them for basic upgrade things. Fuck that off. Nope. Always check those. That one is the, like, one high-value loot spot location that I think every fucker and their dog knows about, so don't need to worry about that. Hey, I can't remember if I showed you guys or not this crazy route around this rock. This is maybe the 3rd time tonight. I really like it. Whoop. Don't even need to stop running. Right around. Bam. Now, again, we're going to head straight for the house, to the docks, and out. I'm not even going to bother checking the top there, because I've had the game disc there a few times, but that and that are more valuable to me at the moment, and we are also short of space, so we want little things. No, you don't get to keep anything that you get out with training, but you also don't use anything that you use in training. So yeah, that's where I'll be going for I've already done one dry run with my PKP kit, and I'll be doing... I might do the dry run with my grenade bag when we finished it live. So... And then I just got to work up to... it's been done! Now it probably is worth our time having a quick look up here, because we've got time to get across to the other exit point. If that hadn't have been done, I would have done that, Doctors, and then left via the furthest exfil. Note how I'm holding my weapon as well. I think this looks more peaceful. If I put my gun up in the air like that to a fellow... Scav! Jesus Christ! Fucking hell. Time to go. So, now that sounds like it was on the other point. Hey, dude. What was the explosion? Was that you or is that him? Oh, it's him. Okay. Cool, no, I'm going that way, so I'd stay away from all of that shit. Yeah. Yeah, the grenade sounded to me like it was on the other exfil point. I mean, sorry to point the weapon at you. Have you got that one? Have you got that one open? If you want to get out, you'll be safe on that one. Just don't go to the bottom one, dude. Cheers. Nope. I don't trust that. I'm not risking medical. Yeah, this is what I'm hoping to be able to show off. And I'll do it solo and I'll do it in teams as well. The problem is, it's like that age-old adage, isn't it? No plan really survives contact with the enemy. And it may be the case, you know? It may be the case, but I can show you routes that are sort of like... I can't really even say 95% successful. I mean, it's not far off of that percentage, but I can show people routes where if you wait and if you plan and if you're cautious, you can get out. And if you wait and plan and cautious and are aware of where people spawn, when scavengers come in, i.e. player scavs, and when all that things happen, you can then be very successful. You can be, yeah, Mosin indeed. This is the sniper one as well, the big old long barrel. I'm collecting these for Vega. He's got plenty of AWMs, but I might subject him to the equivalent of a musket instead of a proper sniper rifle. To be fair, the Mosin scope looks pretty good, actually. I mean, that is definitely not staying on there. That's getting sold as well. But I need these things. Let's just find out how much that is. Because that's like a fucking good one, I think. At least a rare. Oh, that is the mystery. Yeah, rare. I mean, that's not bad. 22 grand for a suppressor. Meh. Call it into that? No. There we go. Right, we'll keep hold of that because that'll be useful for something. And how much is that one worth if it'll even go into the box? Or is it? No, it's the crap one. It's the carbine. Yeah, bolt action rifle. So that one, I believe, doesn't have the sniper scope attachment. I've got the one that does. It doesn't look much different, to be honest with you. We'll keep this as well, because I'm happy. That site's okay. I prefer a red dot. Get off. Prefer a red dot, but I use that site on these instead of buying things. So that's, again, I don't know, saves us, what's a red dot, 22 grand? That saves us 22 grand. Yeah. Yeah. Big old rifle, that one. Alright, we'll keep hold of... I want to keep all of these pouches because this is the configuration that I usually use. We'll keep that. I'll drop that. Hang on. I'll sort this out after stream. Keep that because that's the config that I actually use as well. Again, this is another thing where you can save a little bit of time, but don't spend too much time doing it. Is if you can kind of get the things that you would normally use for a good bit of armor and configure it that way, not a bad shout. We've got loads of those. I don't think they're worth that much. We've got loads of those that can trade for something, but it isn't a good trade, not in relation to what it trades up for. Hello, J-Maid, how we doing? I'll keep that, not the mag. And then magazine can go. We'll keep those. Sell that. We keep these. I like to ball them up here. I don't know how to stack these, so I just thrust them in a general direction. Thrust them in the general direction of what is needed. I think I might have been wrong earlier. It's not super glue. I think it's tape fast that exchanges for armor, but even tape fast is worth 10 grand, you know, and we all walk past that. I know I do. I need a couple of extra torches for the box, which they're not going to fit in, so we'll sell them anyway. I don't think torches are all that. No, torches are a bit shit. Always thrusting. We swap that over. This is all part of the same raid. That we swap over. That we swap over. That can go in. Right. Thrust in the general direction. Better to be quick than good. That's 18 seconds. 18 seconds is a very long time. We got all the quotes tonight. All the quotes tonight. Yeah, I'll so that's a hunt. No, stop it now. You've behaved all this time. So that's 100k that we can add to the total as well. And I've put a few but I'm playing a stupid game where I'm racing the game cartridges against each other to see which one can get to the finish line first in the standard looting practice. So there's like fucking millions up on that shelf. It's fucking ridiculous. So that trades up as well. That trades up. That does. You should as well, if you're doing mall, you should be coming back with like 3 to 5 sticks of RAM every single raid. And I know you can only trade in 2 a day, but still keep coming back with lots of them. Like that sells for 20 grand, but I'm keeping that. That saves me 50 or 3 deodorant. Thank you, Vaughn. Yeah, we've got Decrepit Stream to have a look at next. Right? Well, that's what we do here. That's what we do here. So let's pop those in. Get another little purple felt tip pen to add to the collection. Excellent. But yeah, Night Vaughn, thank you. See you later, mate. That can go in there. This can go in here. And this fucking big bag can go in there. They're not too bad. Do you know the best thing that I like about this bag? I think it sells for 6 grand. Brilliant. Oh man, it's not even gonna fucking register. Come on now, big bag. Come on, big bag, you can do it. Anyway, so grand total for tonight so far is a whopping 1.5 million. If I can get the bag to sell, that's another 6. Thank you very much. Yeah, no worries, Worst. Glad to have you, dude. Glad to have you. Sorry, mate, it's gone. Gone, mate, gone. I've got loads of those. No, I'll buy her one if she really wants one. So, right, the only other thing that we need to do now as well is we need to... That's all ill-gotten gains that we've got from tonight's stream as well, but I'll pack that away later. What I am going to do is just... That isn't, but we're just going to trade up what items we can. I think we can't do any more waste chips, so I won't... I will take them up, but I'm just going to leave them in the deposit box. So, there you go. So what are we at? 3 hours? 3 hours and whatever it was, minutes. And I've been doing a fair bit of fair bit. What are we at? 3 hours. 3.5 hours, let's say, because we didn't start until about 10 past, because, you know, talker gonna talk. Didn't start until about 10 past. So let's say this is a straight 3.5 hours. I've made at least 1.5 million in the bank in that time. I've also made... That stack doesn't count. That one does. So we'll trade up for another one of these. We will also pop... So we've had plenty of RAM. Remember, each of the... I had a load of RAM here, and then these are the ones that we have collected tonight. Feel free to leave them in the submit items tray. They won't disappear. Nice little bit of storage for you. We are going to use those sticks of RAM to trade up to 2 Evos. We are also going to use 1, 2, 3 lighters. Now, remember what I said? Lighters sell for 848. So if you said 848, you were wrong. Lighters trade up for the M67 hand grenade, which is worth 57,002. So, began with an N. I think he said the right numbers. So we can only get 3 of those because we've only got 3 lighters tonight, but that changes a shit item that is tiny and fits in any space or recess in a bag, and you can trade 6 of those a day. Yes, she has. Yes, she has. So normally you want a nice big pile of lighters and RAM in there. You want to be doing these things daily, and you can do them daily. You can do the Evo at level 2. You can be doing the grenades at level 3. You can do that trade. Well worth it. That's a lot of money every single day. And then... what else have we got? Screwdriver and another power bank and another waste chip for another day. So that's worth another 22 grand on top of what we've already had out today. Well, it's a universe, to be honest with you, Chris, it's a universe I want to live in. So what we're doing here is we're trading up shit. What was the screwdriver? The screwdriver was for the RGO 5. No. Where's the trade? Trade. Good. Cool. So we've traded those 2 things as well. Oh, yeah. It is much faster as well. There's me wanting to run. I like sliding up and down the stairs. What can I say? Oh, fuck. I like sliding up and down the stairs, or mainly down the stairs. You don't slide upstairs. That's fucking idiotic. So, right. Grand total would be 2, 3. So these aren't... So this is 15 grand that... This is put in my explosive backpack through college. Lighters. I would have said 99% of the grenades that are in here at the moment have come from lighters. And there's a lot. I'll check the weight in a minute as well. So, bosh. Those are sellables. Remember, we have also earned 2 of these tonight. They cost 40k a piece. That goes in there. That goes in there. Bosh, bosh. There. And there. So our grand total for tonight is a whopping 1.6, and then we had like 1,000 odd to take off of, no, 10,000 odd to take off of that. So just shy of 1.6, and I have also been explaining loads about the game and not even doing contracting. So now again, I do have the faster cooldowns, but I've also shown you how to get your cooldown. Well, you know how to get your cooldown lower by making use of Hideout, but I've also shown you that when you go into a raid, if you haven't got long left, or even if you got a shitty spawn, jump off the nearest cliff or throw yourself out of the nearest out of bounds, because then you can instantly come back in here, hit deploy, queue up again, and hopefully get a better spawn. And if you get the 19-minute spawn, do it. Do it. Why wouldn't you just do it? And there's one more important thing. What about backup supply? We haven't had those. So this is one of those situations where you need to spend money to make money. We will buy our 2 backup supplies for 9,000. Now the thing is with the backup supply, because of how armor pen and armor penetration and various bits and pieces like that work in this game, if you are in range with the grease gun, it's not too bad. But I'm sure with the money that we have made so far, we can do little better than a grease gun. So what we're going to do, this is a great way to pick up the mags as well and sell them all at the same time. We're going to add this to the total as well, because this is what I do daily. Now, if you're playing the game from new, that supply kit can be used. The armor's not bad, the helmet's not bad. You get lots of pouches for starting to make up your piles like I've done. You get lots of ammunition that you don't need, and you get bags, which we know don't sell for fucking much, but I'll show you another little thing that I do just to try and keep speed up. Move out the way, please. On the selling front, anyway. Yeah, I mean, they're not that bad. They're just not great. I sell most of it, to be honest with you. Unless, if I was doing metro runs, I would quite happily put the helmet, the armor, and the bag on my back and just go for a fucking fun run. That's definitely a thing. I don't want to sell the bag. Saves me having to buy one. Cool. So I'm getting rid of all the things that I do not really need. Apples. Apples are great. Why have we got 3? Must have had an extra one fallen off or something. No, I mean, the thing is, you can hip via the grease gun. You can hip via the grease gun, and it's not too bad. We get bandages and syringes as well. They all add to the pile. Again, these things are not worth selling, but we're going over there in a minute anyway. You might as well keep hold of that. The armor probably isn't really worth selling either, but I'm not planning on using it tonight, so I might as well get rid, because if I am going to use it, I'll just use tomorrow's supply kit. You get these supply kits daily. The other thing that I found that makes it nice and quick to get everything over, stack these on top of each other and then stick them to the side of the bag, and then you can transfer it all over in one hit. I know everybody goes through this process probably every time they log on. If you're not, you fucking should be. I put all the apples in the same bag as well, and then if I was carrying on playing tonight, which I definitely shouldn't, then... Oh, fuck off. Get out of it, water. In fact, I don't know where that water's come from. Let's disregard that. I put all of my apples in there, and then I'll hang that up, and I'll use that throughout all of my raids. Apples are really, really good. Let's pop that there, just for speed. That there. And that there. Apples, from the 2 bites that you take of an apple, replenish 10 hydration and 10 energy. They take up a lot of space, but they are A, quick to consume, and they never feel like a waste when you eat them, because you're always going to be in need of some energy. And oh fuck, I shouldn't have taken it out, should I? Oh, right, got you. So, yeah, apples are really good, and you should supplement your kits with them, because you'll find that your energy and your stamina will go down by about 10 within the fucking blink of an eye, and a quick chew on an apple puts you back up to top. The longer you stay up at top with the less effort that it takes, the less management you have to do later on down the line. Normally I'd put that on one of my bags, but I've made them all up. So I think... I mean, we've got a helmet as well. We'll sell that because that's from Raid. Let's have a look. Sell all of it. And again, we could go through each of these items individually to make sure we're getting the best price from them. But to be fair, I don't think... Like, I am a miser when it comes to money, but that just, for me, is just a little bit more pissing around that I'm not prepared to do. But if you are, you can make more money. You just have to be meticulous and go through those processes. So we end with a grand total of 1.6 million minus the 10,000 that was on there. So that's not bad. That buys us, for one stream's work and a lot of fucking talking and a lot of downtime, buys us a lovely collection box labeled junk. And what I'll start doing with this one is I haven't decided yet. Oh, maybe we could take it into Raid, see if we can put things in it and carry it around with us. Will it fit in a bag? Is this a good idea? I mean, I'm pretty sure you can carry it into a raid with you. That looks like it fits. What a great way to loot. But it's only going to hold 20 kilograms. As long as you had lots of little items, and if you could get this into a bag, I'd say that would actually be better than putting the items in. There you go. There's your fucking looting problem solved, K2. Just take the box with you. Just bring your junk box in and just fucking stuff it all in there. Thing is, if you're holding this, you will be able to take it into Raid. I don't know what I'm going to put in that yet, but I do know I'm going to try and maximize the space by getting it close and then making it... Come on. Making it... I'll make it seamless later, but there you go. You can make it pretty seamless across the board. And because they're all touchscreen, I think this is a really great idea. Problem is, you can't put boxes on top of that, so I don't know if that's the greatest use of space. So, yeah... I'd say that's reasonably successful. 1.65 million in half the time I've probably been streaming. Because it's me. And on that bombshell, we shall indeed end it there. So, yeah, that is all the big things and all the little things that I can show you to help make you more money. Part of the reason why I wanted to do a stream like this is because obviously I've found out more since I did something similar to this with the how to play the scavenger side of things recently. Haven't seen anyone talking about the hasty end thing. I think that is quite important to note. And also, I've seen a lot of people in various comments, various groups, various bits, pieces going, oh my god, I'm so poor in contractors. Why? Why? Scavenger mode, though. Just go scavenger mode and play it properly. This has been the awesome always, awesome contractors, Showdown Exfil mode, running natively on the Quest 3, I have been Silver Tongue Devil. Good night.